It is the biggest game of the year. It is the biggest game of the year and in the Texas Wesleyan Rams history. The number 15 Rams host the number 25 Louisiana Christian Wildcats with the Sooner Athletic Conference title on the line. Good afternoon. Welcome to beautiful Crowley ISD Stadium. I'm Jimmy the St. Christopher alongside Jared Jones for the Antler Sports Network. Rams head coach Joe Prudhomme circled 3 games when the schedule came out this year. Texas Wesleyan has checked off 2 of those games with an opening day win over Ottawa, Arizona, and last week's 42-19 beating of Langston in Oklahoma. Last October, the Wildcats belted the Rams 33-9 over in Pineville, so revenge is on the Rams' mind. A win, and the Rams win the Sooner Athletic Conference and get the automatic bid for the NAI playoffs. There's a whole host of possibilities that will happen if they don't win, but let's just think positive, at least from the Rams' perspective, that they win. Jared, these two teams either first, second, or third in sack numbers and scoring, total offense, total defense, rushing D, passing D, sacks allowed, and picks. It's going to be a brawl.
Well, some concern going into this season, especially as the Sooner Athletic Conference is set up conference championship-wise. There isn't a dedicated game at the end of the season like some of the NCAA conferences, so you might have a random game maybe a week or two before the end of the season that could determine a champion. But moments like this are perfect opportunities for both of these teams, either the two undisputed best teams, at least in my eyes, and the Sooner Athletic Conference. So what a more fitting way, and probably the nicest stadium in the conference, to have this magnitude of a game.
I agree, definitely. And as we said, these teams are both stacked with star power on each side, offensively and defensively as well. Today is Senior Day. It's also Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to veterans out there, and the seniors, which we'll name at some point throughout the contest today for the Rams. You want to do them right now? Michael Bonner, Michael Darko, Caden Glasgow, Victor Hernandez, Christian Mahan, Chase Nielsen, Daniel Trejo, Archie Williams, and Mikey Williams Lopez Williams. Those guys are the seniors, which hopefully for them won't be playing in their last game of the season. Of course, if the Rams win, they could be playing a playoff game next week.
Here?
Yes.
So not only is this just Senior Day, but there's a lot at stake in today's game. Should be a good one.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Let's grab a break. We'll be back with more Rams football on the Antler Sports Network.
With ESL certification and a master's in administration.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Tennessee.
Welcome to the regular season finale of First and 10 with Rams football coach, the great Joe Prudhomme. I'm Jimmy the St. Christopher. Rams' 5th straight victory was 42-19 over Langston, the Lions, up in Oklahoma. They had a 21-0 lead at the half, did the Rams. Before we dive into the game, we'll talk about the upcoming game this week, which is a pretty big one, in the NAIA. It was the perils of the Rams on the road. Fill us in a little bit if you can.
Oh, man, the Rams on the road.
Keep it clean if you can.
All right, I'll do my best. So we get there, Jimmy, and we walk in the hotel, and the lady says, well, we don't have any cold water. Any hot water. I said, well, okay, it's a little inconvenient, but it's not a deal breaker. And then she said, but yeah, and just the meeting room, we'll get it cleaned up, I promise. So I walk in the meeting room. There's ceiling tiles all over the tables. There's exposed wires everywhere. There's drywall flecks everywhere. It's filth. It's just in disarray. And so I walked back from the meeting room, and Coach Glover, our DFO, sitting there talking to her, and I said, the meeting room went, oh, it'll be ready by 8:30. Y'all go eat, and it'll be. I said, there's no way that's going to be ready. You're looking at weeks of work, right? And then she says, the other thing. Then the other lady walks to the back, and she said, Did you tell them about the key situation? The key situation. Yeah, our key machine won't key the keys till 10:30. I said, so where are we supposed to put our kids' stuff? Oh, it'll be okay in those rooms. I said, and not locked up. And most of my kids bring laptops or something they can do homework on the road or study or whatever. So I go and I talk. We're scrambling now. We're talking Friday evening. We needed our hotel room. I think it was 40. So we get to Sheraton. They got 13. Get over to Hilton. They got 6. La Quinta had 20. So it worked out. It was all good, right? And then I found out from the lady at the Sheraton that particular hotel that we were booked in, they made their idea was to walk us over there, charge full price because we get a discount, pretty good discount.
Right.
So they can recoup their money. And so the general manager calls, or actually I called Coach Glover. I said, I've got the rooms lined up. We're leaving. He goes, well, Coach, the general manager wants to talk to you. I said, fine, put her on speaker. And she said, I just said, I have questions first. She goes, okay. Is the hot water back on? She said, well, no, sir, and it won't be. I said, what about the meeting room with the exposed wires? Well, it might be ready, it might not by 10. I said, we got to be at 8, Then she said, I said, what about the key machine? Well, that'll be 10:30. I said, ma'am, we've already made other arrangements. I appreciate it. Oh, but, you've paid a deposit. I said, well, you're not going to charge us that deposit. It wouldn't be good for either side. And I would put up a pretty big stink on that one. And I'd hate that it didn't work out, but we're gone. So we had to scatter our kids across 3 hotels, and they really did a great job. They were calm. They were resilient. They didn't, okay, Coach, if that's what we're going to do, that's what we got to do. And a lot of times that would rattle some teams.
Right.
I've had teams in the past, it would have rattled them. This group, no, man, they smooth sail. They were really focused. And I think that travel bumps in the road and challenges kind of illustrates that they were ready to play ball. And they did a great. Defense was outstanding. Offense came right out of the gate. Had a lot of really good performances.
And how much does that say for you and your coaches and for the kids to go through something like that and then be cool, calm, collected, and come out and beat a team the next day 42-19?
A lot. It says a lot about everybody. But, think about our story. You know our story. We've had to go and commute to practices. We've got bumped for this or that. And, then we get over here, which is great. We've had a lot of, like when we were having to commute and rent, we could get bumped every day for practice. We got used to that. So we just call it sudden change. Looks like you're in a game. There's a big turnover. How are we going to react? Are we going to respond and try to be mature about it and stay calm? Or are we going to just get scattered? Because if you get scattered, you can't do any good anyway.
Right.
So I think it speaks to the maturity of this group. They got some resiliency about them. And then to wake up and play as well as they did against Lakes. We came out of the gate, Jimmy. There was no doubt. I was listening to their live stream a little bit on the way home, and their announcer nailed it. He said, the Rams are locked in. And he said, our guys are a little scattered right now. Had the big loss last week and trying to recoup and rebound. And I guess our team sensed it, and they really they went on attack mode, and they played well. I was happy. I was very happy with the way we played.
And how happy were you with the balance? 206 passing, 160 rushing.
Good. I felt real good. Anytime you're balanced, it always helps. And I thought that Vernon ran hard. I thought Ernie had a couple of runs wiped out that I couldn't find. I looked hard. I couldn't find the penalty. He had a good rushing day. I thought that Ashton ran hard. I thought Carson was dialed in. He distributed the ball very well throughout the game, and he looks like he's feeling good, and he's getting back to that very sharp quarterback that we saw at the beginning of the year.
Was that the game plan, to hand off to 4 different guys?
Not really, but we're a running back by committee team anyway. There's not like, we don't go into any game saying so-and-so has to get 12 carries, the next one has to get 6, the next one has to get 8. It's just you ride the hot hand. if somebody's going well and they're feeling it, and to me there's a rhythm in the running game as much as there is in the passing game. Everybody wants to talk about the quarterback getting his rhythm, and that is true. But when the running back is in sync with the offensive line, it's beautiful to watch. I mean, they know where the creases are. They have a feel for the way the defense is going to react, and they can set their blocks up. Vernon was really hot until he got hurt. Then the other ones came in, and man, they did a good job. Ernie's healthy, which is great. We're fairly healthy in some good spots.
And you mentioned Carson Rogers. Not spectacular, but no picks, no touchdowns, and I hate to use the term ran the bus, but he managed the game well. Didn't throw any long bombs really to A.J. Bob. He had one catch, I think, for 11. Was that the plan, to spread it around to a handful of other receivers?
Well, the plan was just throw it to the open receiver, whoever it was. And we figured by the way they played defense, our prediction was a lot of guys would get touches just by the way they play defense and where the holes would be. And he spread the ball well, and it's never intentional, but it worked out beautifully as far as that part of it. I thought his quarterback sneak was great. He ran his own touchdown in, and they called timeout, and they saw us try to run it, and it was about fourth and probably about 1.5 yards, and we were right there at the goal line. We wanted to we were trying to put them away because Langston's dangerous. I mean, they got some receivers that can go. The quarterback was starting to heat up, and so the guys in the huddle, I said, well, what do y'all want to do? And Fran was asking them, because Fran calls the play. Every one of them were like, let's do it. Let's go sneak. They can't stop it. I don't care if they know it's coming or not. And when you see that kind of confidence, you want to ride it. And they had a real purposeful and intentional mindset, and they got it done.
Is the tush push illegal?
No, it's not. It's not. It's really not. I don't know if it's ever been illegal. I've never seen it flagged. I think one time maybe, but it is what it is. He's a big kid. He felt his little way through, and then boom, scored. And I thought the safety was a big moment too, when it was Sir Hill and Ariane Bott and those guys came in and just closed the deal on him. Javari Sanders got the SAC Defensive Player of the Week. His pick six was huge, but that pick six, and he played very well. Don't get me wrong, but Sir Hill had a well of a game. I think he had 9 solos. He had like 3 or 4 TFLs, and he took away their tight end, who's really good. That guy is a threat and had been having a great season. And so Sir Hill played his best game of the year.
And Sanders had a 45-yard kickoff return, too, as well, which wouldn't have counted for Defensive Player of the Week in the SAC, which he won. But how come maybe Sir Hill didn't get in on the voting for that? We
nominated Javari just because the flashy stats have a better chance of getting it. Yeah. It was really close. We were struggling back and forth which one to do and nominate, and we went with Sir Hill. And special teams wise, we went with Daniel Trejo. He had his best punting game. I think it was 3 punts for 42.5, and he put one right on the 3-yard line, which then set up the safety. So he was back to his old self. That's the best he's punted all year. And I think he's relaxed now, and he's not trying to make the NFL on every kick. He's being himself and really executing well.
The defense was great, 22 yards for the Lions rushing. Were you kind of surprised by Rennie Martin throwing for 307 and 3 touchdowns, their quarterback?
Not really. But look at when the touchdowns happened. There were 2 busted coverages that were big plays. I knew he had big yards, but he didn't have a lot of points. And for me, I'll trade the yards for the points every time.
Rams 8-1 now, 7-0 in the SAC. Still a game ahead of LC and Ottawa, Arizona. They move up 1 spot from 16 to 15 in the NAIA poll, which came out earlier in the week. So, you're happy with the 1 spot moving up? I guess it's better than staying at 16 or dropping out of 16.
Yeah. I think, yes, I am happy with it. To answer your question, yes. I'm glad that we did move up a spot. I was hoping for 2, but it's a logjam there, man. There's a lot of great football teams. So we have to we just have to take care of what we can take care of. And rule 1 with me, and always has been, especially with this particular group, is just control what you can control. Don't get distracted by all the other outside forces or factors that you have no control over. Those you just have to let it go by you, and you got to take care of business. But if we can move up a little more, I'd be even happier. If we can get to 12, we get a bye. It would take some losses by certain teams, have to take an upset or two. But if we're in that first 4, we should have a good shot at hosting that 13, 14, 15, 16 spots. So we'll just have to go do our thing. But I was happy with it. It's better than dropping a spot.
Right.
We've had that happen. We beat Langston by 25 and dropped a spot when they were ranked just below us. But no, I thought it was fair. I thought it was real fair.
And look who's 25th in the NAIA poll. Their first entry this season, the Louisiana Christian Wildcats, who, they show up this weekend for the regular season finale to play for the Sooner Athletic Conference title against the Rams at CISD, beautiful CISD Stadium in Crowley. It'll be on ramsports.net and also on Antler Sports Network. Jared Jones and myself will have the play-by-play call. Boy, James McBride just read me the situation with if you guys lose by X amount of number of points, or if you win outright, you're going. But we could take up another half hour and my brain is so swamped now. So do you have a concise explanation of the scenario? I mean, if you win, you're in.
You're in. That's the option we want. Right. Option A is the best option. I think we have to lose by either less than 9 or less than 13. I don't know exactly which one. I think in order to make this clean and better for everybody, we just have to go out and win. We just have to go out and score more than them. We have to play great defense. But I think those are the point differential totals. They were adopted last April 4th, right around 1:48 in the afternoon, because I have it on my notes. We voted on it, and that's what we came up with. But yeah, I'm really glad that we revamped the tiebreaker, because the one we had was, is archaic. It wasn't very good. This one's a much more, it's user friendly. It's the 3 teams involved. You take the point differentials. So say you, I, and James are all tied or whatever by wins. If James is a +7, you're a +6, I'm a +9, I go. Or if you're a minus, he's a plus small. Whoever has the biggest point differential with the other 2 opponents, that's who goes. The 16-point win with Ottawa is big. It makes it to where I wish we would have gotten those 2 other touchdowns when we were on the 3-yard line and came away with nothing. That would have given us a bigger cushion. But we got to go win. We just have to go out and play the way we're capable of playing. Don't have any mental breakdowns or mental lapses, and just really be sound, fundamentally, eyes where they're supposed to be, disciplined, and we'll be okay.
And the Rams beat Ottawa in the opener. Seems way back at the end of August.
Seems like years ago, doesn't it? I mean, gosh.
And the season just has whipped on by. Whew. And then Ottawa beat LC 27-24. How do the Wildcats of Louisiana Christian compare to the Spirit of Ottawa?
As far as talent, I think they're fairly equal. But the defensive line for Louisiana Christian is probably the best in the conference. Ottawa is just so fundamentally sound, and their special teams are so good, but they really like to throw it, and they really like to run their zones, and they take shots, and they're very aggressive on defense. Louisiana Christian is now, talent-wise, are really close, right? But as far as their culture, I shouldn't say their culture, but their approach to the game is completely different. Ottawa's more of the new up to speed offense. And you go back to Louisiana Christian, you're getting in a time capsule, and you're going back to option football. You're going back to a lot of heavy play action. Really good on their special teams. Their offense is really going to force you to be disciplined. As soon as you take your eyes and put them in the wrong place, somebody's by you. Their defense is extremely physical, and they're very experienced. I think it's like 9 seniors that played for them. So we just have to go out and when it's time to take a shot, take a shot. When it's time to grind out, grind out. When it's time to get big stops, we got to get the big stops. I know a lot of that may sound cliche, but it's really not. I believe it's going to be a brawl. I think it's going to be a really tightly contested ball game.
Now, they whipped the Rams 33-9 over in Louisiana last year. Do you Are they that much difference through graduation, et cetera, that you would look at that tape, or you just toss that tape out and look at their tapes from this year?
Oh, no, you look at everything. You look at last year's tapes. You go back through the regular season for them, even last year. You go through this year. You go through everything you can, because there can always be something that they do differently that was there, but you didn't go back far enough. So you got to do that. The other thing you have to do is take those next steps, those next evolutions, those next wrinkles or options within plays that you hadn't seen yet, but they're there. Good thing is I used to run that offense. I've run that before. So I've seen it, and we've made some additions to what they do and expanded it. So if they have more wrinkles, hopefully we'll be more prepared for it. So that's the hope. That's the plan. So we'll see.
What would be one of their strengths on offense, and then one of their weaknesses, and then one of their strengths on defense that you would prepare for, or weaknesses on defense?
Okay, we'll start with the offense. Offense is very experienced. Sal Palermo's been there for a long time.
Right.
Briscoe's a great running back. Gano is an outstanding tight end. They're fundamentally very, very sound. They are committed and believe in their system. The strength of that offense is if they can get up on you, they can grind that clock down and really hurt you. The weakness of the offense, if they get in a shootout and they have to come back from 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns and they got to start throwing it all over the place, that's not what they like to do. I'm not saying they can't do it. They may come up and just shred us. I don't know. It's possible. But they would much prefer to squeeze you down, squeeze the life out of you, and then just take the time off the clock. Defensively, that D-line is outstanding. I mean, they're big, they're physical, they're fast, they're experienced on defense. They play some really, really tight man-to-man defense in the secondary. That's their coverages. Mm-hmm. And if you can't get off a press or you can't get some speed, some distance from them, it makes it a long day. They lock you up with those guys, and then they put a bunch of guys in the box, and they dare you to beat them. So I'd say the weakness is if somebody makes a mistake in the secondary, trips, gets a little off balance, you can beat them. But you hate to count on that, right? And their defense is they're one of the best defenses in the league. It's us, them, and Ottawa are the 3 top defenses. So,
how do you not get excited before big games like this? I know your coaching style. I know you've proven that with the Rams, with the incident you just explained at the outset of this show, with the troubles with the getting into the hotels up in Langston, last week. But how do you keep that same, even almost stoic, just not too high, not too low, not too high after a win, not too low after a loss? But how do you keep that stoicism, as it were?
I didn't used to be that way. When I was younger, I'd ride the wave a lot more of the up and downs. And last week I got a little excited at times, and it hurt us. If I lose my cool or if I lose my composure at all, and not saying I did, but I was kind of getting a little amped up, then it carries over to the kids, and we don't execute as well. We always execute when we are just focused and concentrating. And yes, they play with intensity. Don't get me wrong. You're not looking at robots. I mean, they're getting after it. But when they are focused and on their game, then I can help them with that by the way I respond. That, hey, okay, they had a big play. Okay, that's fine. It's gone. This is what we got to do to make up for it. When we make a big play, don't get overly excited. Throw the ball back to the referee. Let's go back and get another one. Don't be surprised when you have success. Don't give in to any failures you might have. You just got to find that line and ride it. Then you have a chance. It's very intentional on my part because it would be real easy to get overly excited, especially in a game like this. Is my adrenaline going to be pumping like crazy? Oh yeah. I'll be very much like a duck, man. I mean, underneath I'm just like this, but on top I have to be there for those guys like that. If I'm different than that, then I'm going to be contributing to probably less an effort than we need.
I like that that analogy, because the ducks, we see ducks all the time where we walk and where we live in the canals, and they're cool, they're just along, but underneath they're paddling.
They're paddling like hell, man. They're going. They're going. Yep. So it's going to be probably the biggest game since I've been here.
Yep. We'll
There's that many marbles on the table.
keep paddling and keep
Paddling
cool
and-
above and keep paddling below, Coach.
Keep those little hoofs moving, man, as best we can.
And we invite everybody to come on down to see ISD, beautiful Crowley ISD Stadium. Jump on 35W, get off at Risinger, take a right, about a mile and a half, you'll see the stadium on the left. Beautiful venue. We'll join probably a 1 hour pregame, I would think, this week, so 1 o'clock, if not 1:30 for the pregame. 2 o'clock kickoff. Antler Sports Network, Jared Jones and I will have the call. You can also catch it on ramsports.net. So, Coach, I'm pumped.
Yeah, I am too.
Go get some Wildcats.
We got to go get after it, man. No question about it.
For Coach Joe Perdomo and his staff, for Kenneth Flowers and his staff, he's the one-man staff, James McBride and his staff, and Ricky Dotson and all the people at Texas Wesleyan. Jimmy the St. Christopher saying, so long, we'll catch you next time on First and 10. Welcome to the regular season finale.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
And on Veterans Day 2023, a resounding version of our national anthem here at Crowley ISD. Jimmy the St. Christopher next to Jared Moose Jones, Antler Sports Network, and ramsports.net. About ready for kickoff between this very big, huge Sooner Athletic Conference matchup between number 15 Texas Wesleyan, the home team, and the visitors from Pineville, Louisiana, the 25th ranked in the NAIA polls, Louisiana Christian University Wildcats. Hey, we'll have the coin flip here in a shake. Dive into our starters. First let's go with the visitors from Pineville. On offense, at quarterback, it'll be Sal Palmero. Seems like he's been around forever. Great quarterback with a 205 average yardage this season. Devin Briscoe is the top running back in Sooner Athletic Conference. Dalen Charles, the other running back. Jacob Ganote, the tight end, who is the leading receiver, go-to guy for Palermo. Ethan Christman at wide receiver, and Sammy Feaster. Both those guys have huge numbers, especially Feaster for the long ball. The front five look like this. Xavier Jackson, the left tackle. Ryan Richard, the left guard. Center, Arian Randall. Gavin Lilly is the right guard, and Jaden Washington, the right tackle. Texas Wesleyan on defense. Zeno Marcus Shelley. Defensive lineman Arian Bott, who's all over the place in a lot of plays. The underrated, according to Coach Joe, Arian Bott. Daniel I. Bogan, the other defensive lineman in the middle. Sir Hill, one of our favorites on the outside defensive line. Ashali Cannon, linebacker. Jose Bonilla, linebacker. Javari Sanders, the Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Week, rounds out the linebacking core. And then the secondary, Sincere Blackman, Josh Morris, Jay Reed, and Dalen Rogers. A good hitting, very good coverage unit in the secondary for Paul Duckworth, defensive coach. And we just had the coin flip, ready to get underway here in a bit. We'll give you the LCU starters on defense in a shake. And the coin toss was won by the Rams.
It was won by the Wildcats, and it seems as if they've elected to defer to the second half. So Texas Wesleyan will receive the opening.
And they're all blue and gold uniforms, blue with the gold trims, the purple, orange, and white with the orange hats for the Wildcats. So on defense, it'll be Logan Brimmer for the Wildcats at defensive end. Keelan Bourgier, defensive tackle. Wilbert Robertson, the other DT. They have bookend defensive ends who are really good. Ernest Simon, the other defensive end for the Wildcats. Andre Reed, their leading tackler for the Wildcats. Kaven Toriak at linebacker. Cole Johnson starts the secondary. Benny Clark III as a corner. Pop McGee, the other corner. Jaheim Mitchell, safety, and Demario Weathersby. And ready to boot it off, going left to right with the kick, Hunter Martinson. As about ready for this giganto Sooner Athletic Conference game. We're underway from beautiful Crowley ISD Stadium in Crowley, Texas. Fielded at the 3 and a nice seam, but it closed quickly and just hammered down on special teams. The opening kickoff returned by Jason Price, and boy, he took a smack there to start the game.
Texas Wesleyan offense, hate to be that kind of a stinker, especially on the air, but this is going to be the most important possession of the game. These are two of the most offensively prolific teams in the conference, so offensive domination is going to be a huge aspect of this game. If Texas Wesleyan can at least leave this possession with 3, it'll be a pretty good start.
1st and 10 from the 23 for the Rams. Will have their offense for you here in a Shea. Carson Rogers, a quarterback. Man in motion is Schneider. They throw to Ronnie. He's complete at the 28, and he spun down. Did he lose the ball after the spin down? No, he maintained possession and a nice gain to the 29-yard line. Call it the 30. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Rams in a hurry on offense. They eschew the huddle. Ernie Caesar has been banged up in there. Vernon Harrison out for the Rams. Hand off to Caesar, does a little juke and jive, and he is just stacked up and loses back to the 28-yard line. And riding them down like a cowboy riding down a steer there, Moose, on the first defensive play of the ball game as Gujer, a loss of a couple, it'll be 3rd down and 4. Rams have a little stack of 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Rogers at his 24. Schneider in motion. Rogers straightens, throws, and a nice defensive play at the 37-yard line on Schneider. Boy, a beautiful defensive play. Came over and smacked it down to Cole Jones, a 5'10", 185-pound sophomore.
It's punting time already for Wesleyan, and most importantly for Louisiana Christian, you're going to give what could be the most dangerous offense in the conference fantastic field position, Jimmy.
Absolutely, as Mason Ingram retreats.
Set the kick for the Rams, Daniel Trejo.
That'll be Ethan Kreisman, I should say, back as Daniel Trejo, former Longhorn. He's at his 15. He fields it, gets into it at the 14-yard line. Kind of a short kick coming up again as Kreisman at the 37. Kreisman into Rams territory at the 49-yard line before he's pulled down. Nice special teams tackle by Kieran Colton, the Kelowna, British Columbia product. But good field position to start for LC.
Right field position indeed. Texas Wesleyan didn't take a lot of time off the clock at all. If you want to stop LCU, and as we've seen on ASN2 earlier in the year in their dominating win against Texas College, you can't give them too much field position, and you can't give them too much time.
Sal Pomero III seems like he's been around forever. Number 2 in the sack. 61.5% of his passes completed, 1,688 yards, 20 touchdown passes, 4 picks. average of 211. First handoff, and there's a big hole at the 40, 20, 15, 10, 5, and Briscoe, Devin by first name, opens up the contest with a 49-yard run, the top ground gainer in the Sooner Athletic Conference. Shows exactly why he is that with that beautiful run off the right side. I don't think he's even touched.
Hopefully checking the instant replay here. We knew that the running game was going to be a big aspect of this LCU offense. Jimmy, I didn't think it'd be first play of the game.
Yeah, I didn't either. Wow. 49-yard scoots as Hunter Martinson tries to add the extra point, and he boots it through and true. So, just a minute and a half elapsed here. Louisiana College gets on the board with an electric 49-yard run by Devin Briscoe to add the extra point. It's LC 7, Texas Wesleyan zip. More Rams football on the Antler Sports Network coming up.
It's Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence.
Boy, an electric 49-yard run by Devin Briscoe starts the scoring here just a minute and a half in. Price takes the kickoff at the 3. Has a hole. It closes quickly. He's spun around, then knocked down at the 31-yard line and losing his helmet after being in on the play was DeMario Weathersby. Head not in the helmet. Helmet was at the right hash at the 31. It was the old Yogi Berra joke.
The helmet might have went off as fast as Price did down the field.
Oh, yeah.
You look 1 minute, you see that Weathersby was in the play, looked like he was going to try to make that initial tackle. Then the helmet just flies away. Just flies away.
So the Rams now down 7-zip at their own 31st and 10. Ball center of the field. Rogers quick drop. Rogers hangs it to the right side. It's complete out to the 49-yard line. Nice reception for Texas Wesleyan. Hauling it in was Michael Banks, who had a big game last week. On the coverage was Cole Jones.
Banks, absolute money in the flat, had his defender in pretty much perfect spacing for an even better pass from Rogers.
Oh, it's going to be a good game. It is already. Of course, if you're a Wildcats fan, you think it's a real good game. Running left is Ernie Caesar with a patented Caesar move, and he runs just below us to the 40-yard line. And are they going to move the sticks?
Line judge is standing right at the 40. Yep, move the chains.
Yep. Our head linesman on this side, Julian Tagon, with the motion to get those sticks moved. So they move them down to the 30. 1st and 10 for the Rams. They're the 40 of the Wildcats. They trail 7-0. A 12-33 and counting here in the first frame. Pair of receivers each side. Quick drop by Rogers. He straightens. He throws, and a little underthrown to 33-yard line. Again intended for...
Can't tell if that's an 88 or an 86. The jersey's like perfectly scrunched to where we can't see it.
It probably was 86, Michael Banks again. Or maybe it was Baylor Williams. It was Baylor Williams. So Baylor Williams couldn't reel it in. It's 2nd and 10 for the Rams. They trail 7-zip. 3 wides to the far side, 1 to the near side. Schneider comes in motion. Rogers drops back to midfield, and he loses the handle, and there's a scrum for it in midfield, and the Wildcats say they have it. They do! Oh, wow. Boy, first they get stuck by the 49-yard touchdown run by Devin Briscoe. Now Rogers' ball just popped out of his hand like a wet bar of soap and recovered at the 49. Same place where they started that drive. Maybe they'll have another 49-yard run by Briscoe. Wow.
Seeing Rogers, seemed like he was going through his progression, thought he had a read downfield, cocked it back and got ready to fly. Pressure was just too much for him as he coughed the football up.
So 1st and 10 from the Rams 49. I'm having deja vu all over again. Slot to the right, 2 receivers to the far side. Movement flag comes in. False start against the Wildcats. Andrew Chestnut.
Number 71, the offense. By direct penalty, Banks. First down.
Thank you, Andrew Chestnut, the man in the white hat. Julian Tag on as the head linesman. Michael Johnson, the side judge. Andrew Commish, the back judge. Larry Brown, the ump. Ryan Flowers, the line judge. Trey Vizant, the field judge. And Catherine Carter, the center judge. So 1st and 15, they move back into their own territory to the Wildcats. Handoff Palermo going left and getting clubbed after a 2-yard gain. A big clubbing to the 48. And Tavian Cunningham, who backs up the other running back, Dalen Charles. Well, they'll run those 4 running backs at you a lot, and they all have talent.
Well, the crazy thing is, it's pretty much a mirror image of what we see from Wesleyan's running back core when they're healthy.
Palermo drops, 2nd and 13. Good coverage at the 45-yard line as it falls incomplete. Intended for Jacob Ganote. And nice defense by Jay Reed, the Jaybird. All over the field. Coach Joe was telling me this past week that he's everywhere.
He's going to have to be everywhere. Yeah. We talked about this in almost excess about how important Ganote is for this LCU offense. He can block. He's their most consistent pass catcher. He can eat up yards in the middle of the field, so Reed's going to have his hands full.
3rd and 13. Palermo drops. Palermo under heat, and he is dropped at the 37-yard line and shooting through and saying, hey, enough of those big runs. They're not going to make you complete any more passes as the Rams get a sack. Both these clubs at the top of the Sooner Athletic Conference in sacks and TFLs. And on that sack, it was Zeno Marcus Shelley. Back to the 38-yard line. 4th and a bundle. 4th and 23 for the Wildcats, who have a 7-0 lead, 11-18 and counting here in the first frame.
Now, we talked about Jay Reed, the linebacker, having to contend Ganote at tight end. It's going to be between Jay Reed and Sir Hill, respectively, to try to contain that run game almost immediately for that Wesleyan defense.
Jason Price back at his 19. He'll watch it go. A short kick. Not that much of a win today, but just shanked off the left foot of punter Mason Ingram. And goes out of bounds. Not bad field position for the Rams. They'll put it in play at the 39-yard line.
So they progressed 9 yards, at least in starting field position. Correct me if I'm wrong. We've had a 4-and-out and a turnover from Rogers on the last drive.
Yep.
3rd time's the charm, maybe. Not the most superstitious guy in the world, but if I were to be, it'd be a pretty good positive mantra to have.
At least the Rams got the stop there. So they're at their 39, far hash, couple receivers near, one to the far side. Schneider goes in motion. Rogers with the handoff. Ernie Caesar does a little shake and can't bake as he is stopped back at the 39, so no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Now, Caesar's health, as you talked about, Jimmy, as at least what we talked about off air, is definitely something to keep an eye on. Rams have been kind of banged up as of late, but they have plenty of talent on the field, as we've seen throughout the season, waiting in the wings. So if they can step up, keep the consistency when guys sub out or sub in, that's going to be a huge factor in terms of how this game is going to look for the Rams.
Williams and Curtis will flanked and slot to the right. Little stack of 2 receivers to the near side. On the 2nd and 10, Rogers drop, throws to the near side, complete at the 46. Seems to be that's the 3rd play, the time they've run that play, and this their 2nd possession, where they drop and then just a little out run by Schneider, and they hit Ronnie this time out to the 48-yard line. It'll be a yard short, be 3rd and 1.
Now, Schneider's a good target to hit, but I want to see Rogers kind of loosen up a bit, take some more deep shots downfield that we've seen him make throughout the year.
I guess there's a Rams version of the tush push, and they get to midfield and they get the 1st down. I asked Coach Joe about that the other day, and I don't know if that was technically a tush push. What do you think?
The Ram Rumble?
The Ram Rumble,
maybe?
Okay. Let's
or the Ram Ram?
The Ram Ram. I like that. Good one.
The Ram Ram.
Moose with the nickname for the new tush push for the Rams. So the Rams get the 1st down, whatever you want to call it, at the near hash at the 50. They trail 7-0, 9:30 to play here in the first.
I'll have to copyright that.
Yeah, you should. Boy, it looks like there's a movement, and before the play, so to the Rams, illegal procedure.
Well, it looks like it might have been against the Wildcats.
They jumped.
Offside. Yep. Number 3, defense with contact by Gartoni.
Pop McGee. We talk about his name. Boy, he's a secondary guy. Pop, cornerback. Good name.
That's a great name. That is an amazing name. Zeno might have a run for his money.
Yep, I would think so. So 1st and 5 for the Rams at the 45 and not advancing. Let's see what progress they give to
Looks like they might have lost
David West. Yeah, I think they did. They did. Simon on the stop. Nick David West, of course, in there with Vernon Harrison out.
Second down and 6.
So 2nd and 6 for the Rams. Good crowd on hand. A lot of people come over from Pineville in Louisiana. Made that trip a couple of times myself. Toss pitch right by Rogers to Caesar. Caesar tries to turn the corner, and he does. Gets a first down. He's knocked down at the 39-yard line. To the far side he goes before he is cracked out of bounds by Jaheim Mitchell.
Good for a Rams first down.
Rams moving here a little bit.
Not at the same pace that we've seen throughout the year, but I guess slow progress is better than no progress.
Yeah, this Wildcats defense, 33 sacks tops in the sack. Past either number one, they only allow 157.2 yards per game. Rogers fakes to Caesar and then throws. Fingertip pass just a little bit too high. He had over the middle, wide open, Chase Nielsen, who was a guest at the luncheon yesterday. Chase, after fighting through some injuries in there, but just a little too much height on the pass. So it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Clock stop, 8:03 left here in the first period. 7-0 Louisiana College in this huge game between number 15 Rams and number 25 the NAIA poll Wildcats. Rogers, hands right, Nick David West. Nick David West finds it real slow going, getting maybe a yard before he's knocked off his feet. Brings up a 3rd and 9, unless they give him nothing. Yeah, he picked up the yard, 3rd and 9.
Slow and steady may or may not win this race.
Yeah.
We know that the Rams are able to score in bunches, but we know Louisiana Christian has been able to make stops in bunches. But they've marched down the field. Last couple of drives resulted in giving the football back to LCU, so to be on the opponent 40 is not that bad.
I know it's early, but a big 3rd down and 10, and it shoots through the pass from Rogers at the 28-yard line. Running a little slant was Baylor Williams, and that just skidded right by him. He was like 3 yards behind that thing.
Don't know if Baylor might have gotten a bit of a knock or a hit or maybe even a tug of the jersey from the two secondary Wildcats awaiting the pass, but either way it's incomplete. And 4th down, awkward 4th down for Wesleyan. LCU has a man back deep. Don't know what their plan could be here.
That's Ethan Kreisman and Daniel Trejo. He stands at his 47. Line of scrimmage is the Wildcat 39. Trejo with a kick into the sunny afternoon and caught at the 3. No fair catch. And Kreisman gets bottled by 1, 2, 3 special teamers for the Rams. Pounding his chest coming off. Ashton Mitchell Johnson, AMJ, with the spec team's tackle.
Well, I guess he said if I had a bit of a wonky run last time I touched the football, let's get a stop on defense. And that's exactly what you want to see from Texas Wesleyan. But I have a question for you.
Okay.
If you're LCU, specifically Mr. Kreisman, at least let the ball maybe bounce or call fair catch or anything. Started at the 3. You might have gotten 2 yards total. Maybe could have been a better decision made there.
Yeah, exactly. They say if it's under the inside the 10, there's a toss pitch left and a 1st down out to the 23-yard line. And a gain of 17 goes Briscoe. Correct that. I'll take that back. It'll be Dalen Charles. Well, he's getting a lot of carries. I think that's unofficially his 2nd. They have a 2-headed running back, actually 4-header with Briscoe and Charles the starters, and Rashawn West and Tavian Cunningham back those 2 up. So 1st and 10 at the 22. Palermo hands at a big hole. Look at that hole. And then diving out to the 33-yard line. Pounding the CISD turf is the aforementioned Charles, because a shoestring tackle made. Otherwise, he's going 70+. 1st down for the Wildcats. 6:20 left here in the first. High backfield with a 7-0 lead for LC. Handoff straight into the stack, and there's nothing doing there.
On the carry for the Wildcats, Devin Briscoe.
Lose back to the 30, so loss of 4.
Sir Hill.
And Bott on the stop.
Those two were going to have to try to punch through this massive LCU front 5. Not to mention Ganot, who we brought up in the early goings of this game. Texas Wesleyan's defensive line, this is going to be a tough game. They're going to definitely sleep good today.
Hill has 10 TFLs. Handoff goes left and maybe a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 12. Charles again.
Stop is made by the Rams,
Arian Bott on the stop. Bott didn't get a sack on the last one, but he has 4 sacks in the season. Coach Joe was really talking him up the other day, saying Bott underrated, commands 2 double teams, triple teams, active all the time. Doesn't get credit for being in a lot of tackles, but he does make a lot of plays.
As we've already seen here, he's going to have to keep on going throughout this game.
3rd and 13 as we near 5 to play in the first. Palermo loads up. The ball is tipped and it bounces. One bounce at the 35-yard line. If it had bounced, would have stayed up in the air just a half a second longer, Javari Sanders would have had himself a pick. Of course, he's the sack player of the week this week is Javari. He had that big 4 solo stops and an interception return for 35 last week in the 42-19 victory over Langston up in Oklahoma. So we'll get a look at punter Mason Ingram again. Jason Price ready to get the punt, if he can get it that far. Remember the last kick went out of bounds around the 35 or so. Ingram gets into this one, another little short one, a little wobbly kick, bounces at the 38-yard line. Will take a LC roll, and they down it at the 28. So the Rams put it in play, down 7-0 from their own 28, 4:46 left here in the first period.
Now for Texas Wesleyan, all right, you've got the feeling out process out of the way. We played a little bit over 10 minutes of football. It's time to get something going on offense. You march all the way down to about your opponent's 40, 30-yard line, and you have to punt the football. It's the last thing you want to see against a team of LCU's caliber, who we've already seen on multiple occasions, not afraid to break out the big play and put your defense in tough field position.
Carson Rogers, the quarterback, has been ailing with that left shoulder. Still not 100%. He drops and he completes, and after the completion, getting dragged down after a pickup of 4 on the far side. TJ Curtis. Take that back, Michael Banks. Baylor Williams now will be flanked to the right. A little stack of 3, a bunch of 3 receivers to the near side for the Rams on a 2nd and 6 from their 32. Trail 7-zip. Rogers still looking, throws, complete at the 36-yard line. Boy, they're going to that left sideline. This time it was Williams, and they complete it, but Pop McGee, one of our favorite names, especially for a defender, pops them, and gain of
nothing.
So it'll be 3rd and 6. But they seem to be using that play a lot where they guys run out to the left and just little outs and little curl, and Rogers hits him. But right there is the secondary, Pop McGee and Jaheim Mitchell and Mario Westerberry.
Maybe
Benny Clark.
I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but maybe they're trying to make sure that Rogers doesn't really wear his own arm out, especially in the early goings of this game.
Oh, Rogers ran out of the pocket and runs out to the 34, and he gets pulled down, but from behind. The first puller down was Andre Reed, the leader in tackles. Came in with 51 tackles, 31 solo, 3.5 sacks. That wasn't a sack, but gain of just 1. It's 4th and 5 in a punting situation for Trejo and the Rams.
Slow starts.
Yep.
They're something that we've kind of gotten accustomed to. We've seen them get off into a slow start against OPSU here at home. We all know how much of a heart attack that game almost became. But you can't do that against this LCU team. No. You got to hit them, and you got to hit them early.
Trejo's punt hangs into the afternoon and fielded at the 33 by Christman. We haven't talked about the beautiful weather day we have here on Veterans Day and Senior Day in Crowley. Just gorgeous temperature. It's supposed to be in the 60s today. It's 64 right now. Dry, some white clouds floating around there, but pretty much sunny.
Nice, beautiful early November day.
Isn't it?
Can't
Boy.
complain.
No, you can't. So Louisiana College on the attack again. 1st and 10 from their 33, a 7-0 lead. Fake handoffs. First man, excuse me, they faked to. Second man shooting through was Tavian Cunningham, and he'll get a couple out to the 38.
Gain of 5 on the play brings up 2nd down and 5.
Pick up a 5 at 2nd down and 5. Palermo toss pitch. He rolls to the right. Complete. Oh, I was called it too quick. His eyes got bigger than his stomach. Jacob Ganote, your guy, tight end, 6'2", 300-pounder. They have him listed at 300?
For your Ram defense.
Wow. Look at it again. I don't think it's 300. Maybe 210. He drops it, though.
He is a massive human being, though.
Regardless of what he weighs, he couldn't hang on. So it's 3rd and 5. Handoff straight up the middle. First down yardage, and busting out is Cunningham to the 46 of the Wildcats. First down.
There's another big-time run for Louisiana Christian. It's like as soon as the Rams have him down in a 3rd and long, or even a 3rd and short, LCU just breaks up the seams with a run between the tackles.
Yep, they have a first down now at their own 46 at the far hash. That I formation, they run a man in motion. Fake handoff this time to Charles Palermo with time. He's going long. Has Christman, but Christman can't come up. There's a flag there, and they're going to throw it on Sincere Blackman. 2 officials discuss. Let's hear from White Hat Andrew Chestnut.
Pass interference. Number 2, the defense. 15 yard penalty.
This was on Josh Morris.
Let's take another look at that as they go downfield. It was a high throw, a very high arcing throw. Looked like it might have had the distance, just not.
It was on 28 Blackman.
Seemed like both players engaged in a little bit of mid-play fisticuffs, but I can 100% understand the flag.
Kreisman will come to the near side. They spot it now at the 39, so it's a 1st and 10 for LC. Toss pitch left. Charles sheds 1 tackle and gets to the 35, a pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Cunningham. I call him Charles. It's Cunningham. Sorry, Tavian.
I'm sure he accepts your apology.
Yeah, I'm sure he does too.
At least I hope he does.
Hopefully he does. They gains 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. We're moving to a $1.10 here in a few ticks. Only scores a 49-yard run by Briscoe, the leading ground gainer in the sack. Palermo low snap, picks it up, and it's batted down. They're charging from the right side. Got those big mitts up there. Arian Bott, we were talking about him. It's a lot of double, triple teams. Makes a lot of plays, doesn't get credit. Give him credit, though, for a nice block.
And they need a stop here. It's 3rd down and 6. If you can force LCU to 3, especially when your offense hasn't been able to have the same juice or gas that they've had in big games like this that they had earlier in the year with about a minute left, if you need to stop, now is the time to get it.
Absolutely. Palermo, kind of a long snap from center, takes it, handoff, and breaking the contact at the line and diving to the 34-yard line. Heard the Rams get him. He's well short of the first down. It's 4th and 5. I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
The Wildcats.
Gutsy call by Coach Drew Maddox and company.
Kreisman to the far side, that I-back formation with a slot to the left. That's Sammy Feaster. Still haven't targeted him yet. It's like a running play, though. There's a fake handoff and a toss pitch right to Cunningham. Cunningham tries to turn the corner, does just a little bitty turn, but gets knocked out at the 39, and the Rams thwart the first down, so they'll have it from their own 39, 1st and 10. 15 seconds left in the first. They're down 7-zip.
Now that's a big-time stop for Texas Wesleyan. Looked like they were trying to go for a little bit of an option there, but maybe it was a snap, maybe a little bit of a miscommunication. I did notice that LCU did look to the sideline about 6 seconds or almost 10 seconds into the play clock. So Texas Wesleyan, huge break there on the defensive side, but they have to capitalize. These empty possessions, they ain't going to cut it.
So Rams 1st and 10 from their own 39, down 7-0. 2 down linemen, 4 on the front line for defense, and straightened up and going to the right side was Rogers. It was complete to the, no, they say incomplete now, so pass intended to the right side, TJ Curtis, the intended target, and couldn't hang on. So 2nd and 10.
Don't want to see Texas Wesleyan keep going for the short stuff. It's fine when you're first getting started, getting your offense going, but Rogers has the talent to take a couple shots downfield, and that's definitely what I want to see.
Handoff to Caesar. He went into the line, then skirts and gets a first down at the 49, then gets knocked out of bounds at the LC 48. So that's the Ernie Caesar we've grown to know and love. Nice pickup of 13 yards.
Looks like that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Great first quarter.
Great first quarter. 7-0 LC over Texas Wesleyan. This big Sooner Athletic Conference game will start the second period. Coming up, Rams football on the Antler Sports Network. One period down, ready to embark on our second period of 15 minutes here from beautiful CISD, Crowley ISD Stadium in Crowley, Texas. 64 at game time. Wind from the northeast about 8 miles an hour, and it's 54% humidity. So the Rams going the other way now, left to right on the 1st and 10 from midfield. Handoff right, and stacked up and knocked down after a gain of a couple was Nick David West.
Stop is made by the Wildcats.
Looks like a pretty solid gain. Gain of about 3 will make it 2nd and 7.
Second down and 7.
Reed on the tackle. Scored a stats for you for the Rams. Carson Rogers 5 out of 10, 40 yards. Caesar 4 carries, 28 yards. Ronnie Schneider has grabbed 2 for 16. Michael Banks 2 for 25. 2nd and 7. There's a handoff. Caesar, big hole, breaks the tackle at 39, then gets collared. It's going to be a horse collar. Flag coming down as he goes down at the 28-yard line, so they'll tack on some extra yardage on that. Caesar with a nice run of 22, and then I'm sure that'll be a horse collar. Ernie's talking to lead official referee Andrew Chestnut.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. Number 2. Atlas goal for the run. Automatic. Horse out.
So it wasn't a horse collar, but still, nevertheless,
easy yards.
Face mask.
Easy yards. Eats his way to get him is to get him by the little golden handkerchief that the officials carry around. So if you can get him that way or with Ernie Caesar running the football, I'm sure Rams fans will be happy either way.
In that first period, the Rams had 59 total yards, 79 for Louisiana Christian. We'll give you some of their numbers when they have the ball. Rams now have it 1st and 10 from the 15. They trail 7-0. There's a handoff left to Nick David West, picks and chooses, sheds a tackle, and gets popped by a couple of Wildcats at the 10-yard line. Pick up a 5. Ernest Simon in on the stop for LCU. Pick up a 4, so it's 2nd and 6. Couple receivers to the near side. A.J. Bobb is yet to be targeted, and Jay Curtis straight up the middle goes Nick David West. He puts a landing gear down at the 1-yard line. So a 10-yard run. It's first and goal. They drop the sticks. Nice run right up the gut of that very good run defense, which is tops in the sack.
It was awkward to see. We've seen Nick David West in relief for Caesar in the latter half of this year, but now showing his worth.
There's a ram or a ram rumble, tush push, if you're more familiar with that. And that's short by maybe a half a yard.
Doesn't have the same effect as the Philadelphia version, does it?
No, it doesn't. Tush push. But Ram's good, too. See if they try that again now. A second and less than one. Let's say about a half yard. Rogers under center. Rogers dives ahead. I think he got in this one. Waiting for arms from the officials to go up there. They go up with 12 and a half to play here in the second frame. 1 yard tush push. Ram rumble. Ram by Rogers. Texas Wesleyan a point away from tying it up here now in the opening 2.5 minutes of the second period.
Taking another look here, Rogers, even after the play, a little bit of extra chatter. There was a more pushing and shoving after that play, and Rogers letting the Wildcats know he's here to play.
Trejo snap down, Blodgett boots it through, and he boots it over that netting. They have a netting there that, protects the clubhouse from getting hit and went over the netting. Boy, he's good and ties it up to Blodgett 7-7. 12:30 left here in the first half. We're all knotted. LC 7, Texas Wesleyan 7. More exciting Sooner Athletic Conference Rams football coming up on the Antler Sports Network.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
We are knotted. We being the Rams and Wildcats in this big Sooner Athletic Conference game as Garrett Blodgett boots it. Nice end-over-end kick. It'll be fielded at the 3-yard line by the Wildcats. Spinning and getting away from tackles was Cunningham. Cunningham finally gets plopped down at the 10-yard line. A herd of Rams on special teams. So it was a nice move by Cunningham. He only got 3 or 4 extra yards, but he did some fancy moving.
Seemed like there was a Wildcat, a rogue Wildcat on the Rams sideline. A little bit of extra pushing and shoving. Jimmy, we talked about this off air. This is going to be a chippy game. Almost rivals, not really by name or by any particular stipulation other than just conference opponents with a lot on the line.
Yep, and surely not by amount of times they played each other. 1-1. They played in two games. Remember, LC was a D3 school till not long ago. They send a man in motion to the Wildcats. Palermo toss pitch right, crossing the 15 and turning the corner, and then getting shoved out, knocked out at the 23-yard line goes Dalen Charles.
Charles with a solid game, and a lot of these, even though they're not rivals, as I said earlier, both of these teams, or schools rather, have something in common. They both started off as all-female schools.
That's right. That was a good historian fact by our historian and Mr. Do Everything Else, the Moose, Jared Jones.
I do my best, Jimmy.
2nd and 6 for the Wildcats. Handoff, nice move to the outside, getting the first down at the 25, then stiff arm, and then a host of other Rams come to collar and knock down Dalen Charles. Reed was in on the play. A couple other Rams helped him out. Rams, and they're all blue today. Orange hats for the visitors from Pineville with the purple and white and orange trim. So 1st and 10 from their 31. 7-7 tie, 11:20 to play first half. Palermo, fake handoff. He's got a man. He throws, and would have been a miraculous catch. Discuss it with himself is Sammy Feaster. That's the first time they've targeted Feaster, who's their big guy as far as average goes 27.2 per catch. 19 catches, 514 coming in. It would have been a miracle if he could have caught that. Looking back into the sun and spinning and turning.
Feaster, we know, Jimmy, is a big-time threat when it comes to Palermo wanting to take a shot downfield. So for Wesleyan to survive that first wave of attack, it's a pretty good sign for the Rams secondary.
Throwing is Palermo, and incompleting the pass is Palermo. It was intended to aforementioned Sammy Feaster. So big third down coming up here for the Rams. 3rd and 10, 11:09. First half, we're tied. Pair of receivers near side, one to the far side. Palermo keeps. Palermo dives. Did he get the first down, Mr. Jones?
No, he's going to be short 2 yards.
Yeah, he is going to be short 2 yards.
So another big-time 4th down decision for Coach Maddox and his Wildcats. Went for it on 4th and 5 last drive and was short. If anything, lost a couple yards on that 4th down. Don't know what they're going to what rabbit they're going to bring out of the hat here.
They were a little closer, maybe a few yards. Weren't they like at the 44?
I think so,
or so.
Correct.
They're at the 39 now. They're going the other way, of course, here in the second frame.
Looks like it's going to be punt time.
Yeah, Jason Price back at the 23. Ready to accept a punt, possibly from Mason Ingram. Mason takes the punt, gets it off from his 24. The sideways kick bounces at the Rams 30 and then trickles out of bounds at the 31-yard line. So Rams will put it in play from their own 31, 7-7 tie. Real good ball game there, Moose.
Very great ball game already. Texas Wesleyan seeming to try to keep their feet under them, at least on the offensive side of the ball. We've seen them get multiple stops, force 2 4 and outs, one via the failed conversion, the other one being a forced punt. Now on offense, keep the consistency going. We've seen Caesar be able to break off a couple of big runs, but it seems like he may not be 100%. Thankfully, AMJ has been able to pick up the slack, and Rogers on that last one showing he's got a little bit of attitude on that 1-yard run to cap off that last scoring drive.
And they've used Nick David West a couple of times, but for -1 yard. Rogers, shotgun snap on the first down. Ernie Caesars just covers it up and gets to the 33-yard line, a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Just went under 10 to play here in the first half of the 7-7 tie. Thank you, Gino. Gino, tip of the chef's hat, the baker's hat for those ginger cookies. Boy, a couple of those. I usually don't eat a lot of sugar, but then I had a couple of those and a piece of that wonderful apple pizza pie, which we'll get into a little bit here. But first, tackle, nice ankle tackle right below us, and a gain of maybe 1. Caesar on the carry. James Mitchell, a free safety. Nice tackle. Otherwise, Ernie could have turned the corner and had some daylight on the near sideline.
They're going to say Caesar lost a yard on that last run.
You're right, he did. He went back to the 31. I thought they were going to mark him at the 33.
This is the slowest start we've seen from Caesar all year long. He's been arguably the most consistent offensive weapon for this Rams offense. Not today, at least in the early going.
So it's 3rd and 9. Ball at the near hash at the 32. Rogers throws. Rogers complete to Jason Price. Had a chance to meet Jason the other day after we did the 1st and 10 show with Coach Joe out to the 49. Diminutive kid, but boy, he's fast and good hands on that one too as JP hauls it in. First down to the 49.
One thing I've noticed, even when the Rams go deep downfield in the 10 to 15-plus yard range throwing the football, they stay on that sideline, they stay along the numbers. Not a lot of offense in the middle of the field. That isn't running, at least.
1st and 10 far hash from their 49. Nick David West, 3rd carry of the afternoon, maybe.
No yards.
No yards, so he has 3 carries for -1. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
Taken down by a clutter of Wildcats.
A clutter of Wildcats.
What we call a cornucopia of Wildcats? I mean, it is Thanksgiving season.
A plethora, yeah, you're right. A plethora would be good, too. A cornucopia.
Just a bunch of them. How's that? Nice
a gaggle.
A gaggle of Wildcats. That's a good one.
And down comes the flag as they're going to get the Rams for a false start on the left side.
False start. Number 54, the offense. Flag penalty. Made. Second out.
Cedric Malone knew he did it too. He just jumped back and saw the flag and started kicking his own behind. So it moves the Rams back 5, at least 2nd and 15 to their 44. 2 receivers on the big side of the field, the top side, the left side, 1 to the near side. Back the left pocket of Rodgers. Man comes in motion. It's Price. Rodgers drops back to the 35. Rodgers runs. Rodgers hangs. Rodgers out of bounds. Jason Price. Yeah, if he would have caught it, it would have been out anyway. So just threw it out of bounds. And that's where Jason went down for it but couldn't get it.
But it's good to see that Rodgers is wanting to take shots downfield, especially when you have talent like Price running along the sideline with that breakneck speed. Most of us know him as a returner, but he can do some damage on the outside, especially along those hashes when he can eat up smaller-sized defensive backs.
Rams send a pair of receivers to the left. Michael Banks will be way out there. In the slot, it's Schneider. Stack of 2 to the near side. Back to the right now of Rodgers is Price, who is one of those 2 on the near side. He goes in motion. They throw a little screen to Caesar, grabs it at 38, 50, 40. Near sideline, breaks the tackle, 35, 20, 15, cuts back in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hang a big 6 for the Rams as they score on the 56-yard play. Whistles all over the place. Do you see any flags, Moose?
I don't know. There's a lot of yellow on the field. Don't know if that's a cheerleader pom-pom, a Wesleyan number, or a Wesleyan cleat. But the scoreboard says 13, but the officials are talking things over. Don't know what this could be.
Okay, I have white out, but I'm not going to write this down in ink yet.
Looks like there might have been a flag. Yes.
There's
Sports-like conduct, number 16 of the defense. That 15-yard foul being forced for ensuing kickoff. The score is good.
So the score is good on the big scoot by Ernie Caesar after the catch and run. 56 yards, and Caesar was just shedding guys saying, getting out of my way, and the attempted tackle there at the last second went to no avail. Boy, it's good to see old Ernie Flash Caesar healthy. Trejo to hold, Blodgett to boot. Snap comes back, and this one he doesn't kick over the netting, but he boots it through and through. So with 7:10 left here in the first half, Rams grab the lead. 14-7 after the big Rodgers to Ernie Caesar touchdown. 7:10 left first half. Texas Wesleyan up 14-7. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
After the Ernie Caesar 56-yard run.
We hear Gino Borshot, our fabulous PA guy, also a real good cook too. Hats off to Gino for those
Ginger
doodle cookies.
Never heard of ginger doodle cookies before today. How about you, Jim?
I think I have. Yeah, I think my grandmother used to make those when we were young. So a little squib kick down to the 16-yard line, and the second line of receivers. Kristen Wright, a wide receiver freshman. Actually, that was Josh Alonzo, running back, fullback freshman. He said, what is this oblong thing coming toward me? I'm not supposed to get this.
Well,
look at that far upfield.
We'll take another look at that Ernie Caesar touchdown. And that's the Caesar that we know. That's the Ernie Caesar that has dominated, or at least put most of the offensive weight on his back for the Rams this season. It's good to see that I think he's back to regular form. At least I would say so, from my perspective.
Palermo toss pitches on a 1st and 10 and upended out to the 23-yard line after a pickup
On the carry for the
is Sammy
Wildcats,
Feaster.
Stop made by the Rams.
Looks like it was a gain of about 4.
Gain of
Might
6.
spot it as a good second and 4. Gain of
Picks
6.
up
Second and
6,
4.
yep. Clock on move and now to 6:45. Palermo under center. Hands off straight into the Rams defense, straight ahead out to the 26-yard line. And
On
on
stop
the
for the Rams.
Looks like he got exactly
carry
what he
was
needed.
That play good
Briscoe.
for a Wildcat first down.
last time we saw Briscoe carry it, he scooted for 49 yards. Man in motion, running away. Feaster. Palermo hands off, and boy, he's quick too, isn't he? That Briscoe is like the thunder, and then they got that Charles and Cunningham.
On the
That was
carry for the
Cunningham.
Wildcats, Tavion Cunningham.
He's quick, gets to the outside, does Tavian. 5'10", 175-pound sophomore. First down to the 41 of the Wildcats. Just went under 6 to play in the first half. Rams lead at 14-7. Toss pitch left. They do a lot of toss pitch lefting. RPOs basically, and breaking the tackle, but stepping out of bounds after getting shoved out at the 42-yard line by Josh Morris was Charles.
Chased out of bounds by the Rams, Josh Morris.
So 1st and 10. Ball at the 42 of the Rams are the Wildcats. Briscoe did a little spin out and ran toward us, and the handoff coming around to the left side was Charles. The Rams not fooled at all as he gets bottled up. He moves back to the 48. Wow. It's a loss of 6. Arian Bott, who's everywhere and does a lot of things. Underrated Arian Bott, but boy, he's a force there in that front four.
Bot showing exactly what I needed him to bring on the defensive side early on, showing this 5, 6, 10-headed monster of a rushing attack for the Wildcats that he's not afraid and he's ready to stop them.
2nd, 16, 1, 2, 3, yellow flags. Anybody else got a yellow flag they like to contribute?
I think, nope, I don't have any.
Number 76, the offense by Drapility. Main second out.
The guilty Wildcat was Ryan Richard, the guard. Very big front line. He's 6'6". So that moves him back a little bit more. 21 yards to go now to first down. As they move back to their 46 are the Wildcats, down by 7, 4.5 to play here in the first. There's another pass into the sun. They seem to go to the right side there, and is that Feaster again? On the coverage for the Rams was Javari Sanders.
Let the Ram bells.
Kreisman and Feaster, the two main receiving targets for the Wildcats, seem to have so far in this game been pretty much neutralized.
Yep.
The Wesleyan secondary has done a fantastic job bottling them up, keeping them in check, not letting Palermo go downfield and hit his two tall weapons.
Yeah, you're right. They really bottled up Palermo. The Feaster as a target for Palermo. So it's 3rd and 21. Send Briscoe, it's be 3rd and 26 as they had another jumpage. Boy, they're just falling apart now, are the Wildcats on this drive. Rams fans into it. Good crowd today. Across the way, the folks come over from Pineville are here.
Officials still talking it over. Don't know what this could be about. Maybe where they can eat after the game.
False start. Number 77, the offense by Drapility. Main, third down.
3rd and 26. So obviously, throwing situation. They have Kreisman and Feaster out far. Slot to the left is Jacob Ganote, who they pretty much bottled up too. There's this toss pitch right to Briscoe. Briscoe tries to get around the corner, does, and then is banged out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Nice bang, sideways bang hit by the Rams. Devontae Samuel and Cecere Blackman with the hit.
Rams couldn't give up the big play there. That's exactly what their defense did. Locked in, stayed on the outside, didn't let the speedy Briscoe have any kind of space. Now it's going to be fourth down at about I-35 or almost fourth down in Waco to go for the Wildcats.
They got their thumbs out. They give me a ride for a first down. It's Mason Ingram ready to punt. Price, Jason, my first name, stands at his 16 for the Rams. Lowy scoops the snap, bounces at the 30 of the Rams, and takes another bounce at the 19, then it rolls to the 12. That's where the Rams will put it in play at the 12.
Didn't know your voice came with special effects, Jimmy.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Oh, boy. At the 12 is where the Rams will put it in play. This is their crummiest field position of the afternoon.
Well, if Texas Wesleyan's offense continues to drive downfield the way they have so far, I don't think that field position is going to be too much of an issue.
You're right.
Very big game for both of these teams. Home field advantage on the line for the Rams. Their first ever conference title on the line for the Wildcats, and even better possible playoff position. We talked with our PA announcer, Mr. Gino, earlier today, and we'll continue that after this first down.
And almost another first down, riding out to the 29, taking a bunch of Wildcats along with him was Nick David West.
Did we settle on a gaggle of Wildcats?
No, because that's like birds.
Well, they're flying like birds to the football, so that might not be too far from the truth.
Let's just call them a clutch. Isn't lions a clutch?
I don't know. I'm a mass comm major. Don't really deal with animals too much.
I do, and I think it's a clutch, but I might be wrong. There's a pass intended by Rogers to Jason Bobb. It's the first time they've gone to Bobb. Incomplete at the 45. Boy, so Rogers, that's some mustards and some depth on that thing.
Well, we haven't really seen him go downfield all day long. Good to see that he's still trying to take shots downfield, but I don't expect him to be at the same level that we've seen him at in the earlier parts of the year. I would expect him to take a little bit of some time to get his arm back about him.
There's also rumors we might see Colin Johnson, another quarterback, the freshman who the Rams are high on. Rogers throws complete at the 24 and then flung down like a rag doll after making the grab was Ronnie Schneider.
It looks like that's gain of about 4 and some change to move the change.
Tyron Young, the linebacker, free safety. It's good size, 5'11", 190 pound for the junior. Made a nice tackle, 1st and 10 Rams. At their 25, they lead 14-7. His handoff to Caesar, and he bounces out to the 29 off the left side. Wildcat prone now as we have a timeout, and their training staff out to get the unidentified man. Let's grab a break with an injured Wildcat on the field. 2:22 left here in the first half. Rams up over the Wildcats 14-7. Rams football will continue on the Antler Sports Network.
My name is Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence.
Back at CISD, Jimmy the St. Christopher, Jared Moose Jones. 2:22 left in the first half. Clock, this has been all that we expected, this big Sooner Athletic Conference matchup for the title between the Rams, 15th ranked in the NAIA poll, 25th ranked Louisiana College. Hey, today's broadcast presented by Simple Simon's Pizza in Crowley on 208 East Main Street, Suite C. Less than 10 minutes away from Crowley ISD. Order online at simplesimons.com. Check out their monthly special. Get 2 large topping pizzas for $24.99. Simple Simon's Pizza in Crowley, official DFW pizza of the Antler Sports Network. Pass to the left side, incomplete at the 39. Would have been enough for a first down. Now there's a Ram face down.
So we take another look at that pass as the injured Ram gets attended to.
T.J. Curtis.
Trying to see maybe the point. It was a high throw from Rogers. A big hit was delivered by the Wildcats. I believe that looks like that was number 49 for LCU. That's Logan Brimmer. Almost caught, almost hauled in. At least from this angle, thought he had a chance of completing that pass.
So you heard white hat official, the referee, Andrew Chestnut, saying they had to sit out one play, did Curtis. So they'll have three. They don't know what they're doing here on the left side, the three Rams receivers. Three on this side, a little stack of two below us. One to the far side. Man in motion is Price. Rogers drops on the 3rd and 7, hangs it complete. 21-yard line to Caesar. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Gaggle, clutch, herd, pack, whatever you want to call them. Wildcats there.
Cornucopia.
Yeah, plethora.
A lot.
Bunch. Multitude.
I'm out of
all
synonyms.
day if you start this game.
I left my thesaurus in the car. It looks like LCU.
Remember, I'm a big word guy, so.
Looks like LCU is going to go ahead and try to talk things over here.
Yep. So 4th and 10. Let's grab a break. $1:53 left in the first half. It's been a good one. 14-7 Rams up over the Wildcats. More Ram football on the Antler Sports Network coming up.
On the return for the Wildcats, Ethan Chrisman, there is a flag on the play.
Check out the laundry.
Jefferson made the stop for the Rams.
Jefferson on the special teams stop for the Rams. Officials below us. Side judge Michael Johnson.
Then that Kreisman might be a bit shaken up. Don't know if that was the same walk he had, but he seems to be kind of walking gingerly, and now he drops over to the sideline. Coming in for him is going to be, looks like that's number.
Legal block in the back. Return team, number 32. 10-yard penalty. We'll swallow the foul. The first out.
Yep, the old illegal block in the back. The grabbing of the extended arm.
Coming in for Kreisman for LCU is going to be number 87, Somaji Hayes, the 6'2", 230-pound freshman, in his first action of the game.
He's out of Adelia, Louisiana. So it's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They trail by 7 from their 26. Three receivers, little stack. Palermo fumbles, picks it up, then throws. Threw it at the feet of the Rams, Jay Reed. Receiver coming across was Galen Charles. It's incomplete. Either way you slice it.
Seems like LCU. I thought they were. Didn't think it was going to be an intentional grounding call there, but I guess the wideout just assuring us.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
But it seems like LCU's offense has definitely slowed down a step or two. This is the same tenacious offensive attack we saw in the early goings of the game.
So 2nd and 10, Palermo drops, looking right. He pumps and he throws. There's a flag down, and the incomplete pass intended at the 28-yard line for Charles.
Looks like it might be a holding called against Louisiana Christian.
He's going to back him up
Holding,
a little farther.
number 76 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from previous spot. Replay, second out.
So they move him back. 88 seconds left here. It'll be 2nd and 16. They go back to their 16 to the Wildcats. And they have 3 guys far to the right side. He said be third down.
Oh, it looks like did they decline the penalty?
Yeah, he did. He waved it off, so it's 3rd and 10. Fake handoff and a one bouncer out to the right side. Boy, Palermo just been very accurate today.
Looks like that hit that he took early might have, don't want to say it rung his bell a bit because that's a bit harsh, but it seems like it's gotten him out of his equilibrium, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, exactly. He's not set. He's just, the arm strength isn't there because of not having that feet set from the bottom. Regardless, it's incomplete, and it's 4th and 10. Price, Jason, is 37.
Don't know where they could try to pin this thing because Price has already shown that he is absolutely elusive returning the football.
Ingram had to go bend over to catch the snap. Price grabs it at 36 and is escorted out of bounds after a 5-yard game, 39 I should say, to the 44 Price goes. So good field position, their own 44 for the Rams. $1:16 left here in half number 1. Sun fading on this just absolutely gorgeous day. It was 64 at game time. Northeasterly wind at 8. That's still blowing a little bit. 54% humidity. Clouds on the horizon. Few white puffy ones overhead. Blocking the sun out pretty much now. But Rams with it and the lead. 1st and 10 from their 45. 2 receivers each side. Caesar to the left of Rogers. Carson drops. Throws, and a jump ball catch made by Ronnie Schneider. Man, at the 33-yard line. The pickup of
That play good for a Rams.
13, 17, 22 yards.
There's the Carson Rogers that we know. Not afraid to take a shot downfield, let those receivers go up and get it.
So Rams 1st and 10 now, under a minute to play. Ball at the far hash, now in LC territory. Rogers pitches left to Caesar. Caesar cut back in, then he went to the outside and goes down on the 30, near the Louisiana College bench.
Leading the way for a clouder of Wildcats, Tyron Young.
Clouder now. Okay, is that a new one? Tyron Young got helped up by Ernie Caesar there. Ernie Caesar, what a classy kid he is, huh?
It was like a timeout taken by Texas Wesleyan.
Let's grab 1-2 with 45 seconds left in the first half. Rams 14-7 leaders over Louisiana College, Christian University. More Rams football on the Antler Sports Network.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
So come back from break talking about the little bit of some school history between these two. Louisiana Christian was formerly Louisiana College. They made the switch from College University in November of 2021. So
You always known him as College, so that's why I aired. Oh, Rogers drops back and he gets knocked down at the 40-yard line. Wilbert Robertson, 6 foot, 190-pound freshman defensive tackle there. Well, he looks bigger than 190.
Texas Wesleyan takes their second charge, timeout of the half.
It's like Wesleyan's got to take another timeout, and let's keep it here.
Okay, let's keep it here. If you want to expound further on LC. And when did they become Christian instead of college?
They were initially, as you said earlier in the broadcast, Jimmy, formerly an NCAA Division III school. Made the name change from Louisiana College to Louisiana Christian University in November of 2021. And how's this? We've talked about the name. Well, let's talk a little bit about the campus. They have a set of what they call marriage swings on campus. If a couple sits on those swings, they are destined to be wed. So I guess I'm doing something wrong, or maybe I need to transfer.
Yeah, transfer there and
find the love of my life.
Yeah, find the love. Like sit on the swing. That's romantic, though. I like that. That's cool.
One of the more fun or more romantic fun factoids we've had through the season.
3rd and 15 for the Rams. They're at the LC 39-yard line. Caesar with the carry. Caesar spun around. He gets 1, 2, 3 yards.
On the carry for the Rams, Ernie Caesar.
So 4th and 10.
13, they're going to call it.
They're going to change the board on me.
Looks like the offense is staying on the field.
Yeah,
They're going to go for it here.
Yeah, they are. 4th and 13, down to 10 seconds. They're going to try one more. They have a timeout left to the Rams.
It looks like they're going to take it.
Yep. 3 seconds left. So they're going to bring on Garrett the leg. Well, let them decide. We'll be back after this. 14-7 Rams, 3 seconds left here in the first. More Ram football, the Antler Sports Network, right around the corner.
My name is Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence.
Congratulations to the
We're just talking about the leg of Garrett Blodgett. 6 foot, 170 pound red shirt sophomore. So Trejo will hold. Daniel will grab it at the 44. This will be a 54-yarder off the leg of Iron Leg Blodgett. Snap back, kick on the way. He's definitely capable. And that one goes through and true. I'm telling you, Blodgett came in the number 2 scorer with 89 points, 16 out of 23 field goals, now 17 out of 24, long of 57. That quite wasn't 57, that was 54, but it adds to the Rams' lead of 17-7 at the half. So let's break away. We'll start our halftime show coming up here in a shake. Rams 17. Louisiana College 7, this big Sooner Athletic Conference game at the half. More Ram football on the Antler Sports Network coming up.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
Give it everything. At Pelche Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quit.
It is halftime here, Veterans Day, Senior Day at CISD, Crowley ISD Stadium here. Beautiful venue in Crowley. We look to our north, to our left, and we see Fort Worth up there, about 11 and a half miles away from this beautiful facility. Jimmy the Saint here with Jared the Moose Jones. 17-7, where the Rams fell behind 7-0 on that 49-yard opening scoot by Briscoe. But Briscoe has pretty much been closed down here at the half, Moose. And I'm looking at the stats, 5 for 54, so he's had 4 carries for 5 yards after that 49-yarder. Then the Rams tied it up in the second period on a 1-yard dive, a tush push, a ram by Carson Rogers. The Rams extended, got their first lead with a 56-yard scoring strike from Rogers to Ernie Caesar. Point after was good, and then the man who made the point after made the 54-yard field goal as the gun sounded here, ending the first half here at Blodgett to make it 17-7 Rams.
It's been I don't know. There are very few games that have left me absolutely speechless, Jimmy, but this has definitely been one of them. And Louisiana Christian, not really the offensive juggernaut that we expected them to be. And you can really say the same thing for Texas Wesleyan as well. Caesar hasn't been running at his fullest. Carson Rogers hasn't been throwing the ball, at least in the first quarter, at his fullest. We see him in the second quarter slowly start to build it back. We've seen AMJ. We've seen all the five faces of the Texas Wesleyan running back core on the field. But Caesar so far has been the only one to really break off. And I don't know if Louisiana Christian could really sell out on the run, because you have Schneider and Price on the outsides hauling in these spectacular catches and seeming to get open against this LCU secondary. So it's going to be a tough conversation to have for Coach Maddox and the Wildcats in that locker room.
Rams with 200 total yards at the half, 141 for LC. Passing yards, here's a good one for you. 137 for the Rams, a big fat 0 for LC. Wow. You just touched on it. He said we touched on the two there, halfway through that second period, after we were wondering about the equilibrium of Palmero. 9 first downs for Louisiana Christian, 12 for Texas Wesleyan. These are halftime stats. And Rogers, 10 out of 18, 137 for the pitch and catch touchdown to Rogers. I should say to Ernie Caesar. Ernie Caesar, 10 carries, 54 on the ground. Nick David West, 7 out of for 22. Schneider, second leading receiver for the Rams. He is leading scorer in numbers caught of 4. He has 43. 2 for 53 for Rogers. Of course, that big touchdown run and catch. Jason Price, 1 for 17. Michael Banks, 2 for 25. So no receiving yards. For any receivers, too. Briscoe, 5 carries, 54. Cunningham, 629. Charles, 7 for 54. Tackling for Louisiana Christian. Their leading tackler is Jaheim Mitchell with 7. Andre Reed has 6. They have a number of TFLs. They have 7 TFLs. The Rams leading tackler with 5. 2 players with 5 is Arian Bott. He's having a really good first half, by the way. And Jay Reed with 5. He always has a good first half. He also has a TFL, does Reed. Javari Sanders has a breakup. And Zeno Marchelli has a sack. And the Rams have a total of 3.5, make that 4 TFLs at the half. So that's your halftime stats, Rams with a 17-7 lead.
Well, look, trying to get some extra halftime scores, not only within the Sooner Athletic Conference, but some of the other major nationally ranked teams that are in play. Notably so right now, Lindsey Wilson out of Kentucky with 11:42 left in the fourth quarter. They're currently down to Bethel, Tennessee, 27-0. So it's fair to say, if I remember correctly, Jimmy, correct me if I'm wrong, top 13 teams get to host a home playoff game.
Yes,
I believe
13
so.
13 through 16 would be the top 12 get the bye.
Right.
So 13 through 16. The Rams now are 15. And then we talked to Gino Borchat, who is the great PA announcer here, also a great lawyer too, because my head's been swimming with and we showed you got to pull it up on your phone. Gino and I sat here for a half hour before the pregame, and he's going, "That's simple." I go, "No, it isn't. I don't know what it is."
Isn't.
It is simple. If the Rams win, they get in.
Indeed, that's really just the be-all, end-all. Right. Of course, there's the point differential. If they lose by 9 or less, they'll still get in. If Ottawa, which they'll play way later on down the road tonight in Sunrise, if the Spirit win and Wesleyan loses by 9 or less, it'll be a 3-way tie for the Southern Atlantic Conference Championship. But if Louisiana Christian wins here today, no matter the score, chances are they're in. And if that's the case, if LCU wins, no matter that score, the Ottawa game doesn't matter. No matter the result, the Spirit really aren't in this equation. But if Texas Wesleyan lose and Ottawa also lose, same thing there. LCU gets in. Texas Wesleyan will be at the fate of the polls. No score reporting out of 13th ranked St. Xavier out of Illinois. 13th ranked team in the land taking on Roosevelt. Don't have a report there. Still looking to get a score from the 14th ranked Kansasites, or Kansas natives. Don't really know a specific word for Kansas natives. Kansasans?
Yeah, Kansans.
Kansans?
Kansasans.
Let's go Kansasans. You
Yeah,
know what?
that's what it is.
I'm a stickler for consistency. So the Kansasans, they're currently playing Benedictine College. They're 14th ranked, looking to get a score from them. So let's take one more break. When we get back, we'll probably have some updated scores and continue halftime coverage. Jimmy, what do you say?
Yes, sir. Let's do that. We'll be back with more Rams halftime on this Senior Day, Veterans Day 2023 on the Antler Sports Network.
Nathan LeMaster. I'm from Tyler, Texas, and here I have the Pill Puncher. This device, ladies and gentlemen, will help you get into pill packages very easily, sanitarily, and effectively. All you got to do is take the point, puncture the back, right there. Take the device, put it over the pill, like so. Push it down, drops it into the reservoir, and there you go, folks. Why make this harder on yourselves? Save your fingers and get your Pill Puncher today.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
A circus is fun, but it's not something that you should have in your backyard. I'm thankful we chose Yosemite for our roof. It looks great. They did an amazing job. But I guess some people like the circus.
In a world filled with chaos and the unexpected, you can always count on Yosemite for your roofing needs. Isn't that right, Nancy?
My name is Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
On snap, they're going to hand it off to Harrison. Harrison, if he can get a block, will have space. Trust the man, still going. Gets pushed out, trucks another man. He's still going. 5 on the goal line. Did he get through? No, he's down at the 1. I feel like 3rd and 12 isn't that much of a Steve Hill decline. 3rd and long. Martinez going deep downtown. It's caught. Foot race. Touchdown Royals.
Good stop. 3:42 left here in the second. We have a 4-point lead to the Rams. And it's picked off at the 28, the 20, the 15, 10-5. Hang it, pick 6 for the Pioneers. Corey McCoy. What's up, Coco? So it's third and 3. And Francis, a fake handoff. He's going to load it up to the left side. And this time, Christopher Doyle with Coco McCoy on him. Good coverage. Now for the Pioneers, far hash, Rams 46. Man goes in motion, fake handoff to him. Ponder drops. Ponder's going to hang it up there too, and he has a man open. It just a lot of air, but Morris, after the pass interference, comes back and picks it off. 10:29 to play here in the first half. Ponder takes a snap, looks right, bounces around his feet. Good blocking. He's got away from Heat, drops back, throws a pass from the 13-yard line. It's up there for anybody. Jump ball, it's tipped, and it's finally caught by the Pioneers. $1:20 left here in the first half. Rams down by 13. Bakari to Lafayette underneath. They tried that play before, and it's smacked down. 15 in the second frame. Bakari goes, and he's slapped as he goes down the paint. Miller showing his athleticism. There's a two-hand. Goes a one-arm pass by O'Bannon Jr. Now center circle, top of the key. Here's Nelson Jr. There's a two-hand.
Nathan Lemaster. I'm from Tyler, Texas, and here I have the Pill Puncher. This device, ladies and gentlemen, will help you get into pill packages very easily, sanitarily, and effectively. All you got to do is take the point, puncture the back, right there. Take the device, put it over the pill, like so, push it down, drops it into the reservoir, and there you go, folks. Why make this harder on yourselves? Save your fingers and get your Pill Puncher today.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Circus is fun, but it's not something that you should have in your backyard. I'm thankful we chose Yosemite for our roof. It looks great, they did an amazing job. But I guess some people like the circus.
In a world filled with chaos and the unexpected, you can always count on Yosemite for your roofing needs. Isn't that right, Nancy?
My name is Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
Halftime continuing here between the Rams and the Wildcats. 17-7, your score after 2 quarters of play. Jared Jones, Jimmy the St. Christopher here with you. Again, some of the scores across the country that we've been keeping an eye on, specifically in that top 11 to 14 range. Lindsey Wilson, the number 11 team in the land, with about 7 minutes left in the fourth, put on upset alert by Bethel of Tennessee. That score 27-0. So definitely an important game in the grand scheme of things in terms of seedings, playoff positioning, and home field advantage. Still no score to report from 13th ranked St. Xavier versus Roosevelt. But Benedictine, the 14th team in the NIA rankings. Tough matchup against Mid-American. It's 24-24 with only a couple of minutes left in the fourth quarter of play. And that'll wrap up our halftime. Want to give another thank you to Simple Simon's Pizza in Crowley for supporting the press box with Jimmy's all-time favorite apple pizza and the rest of the pizza and fantastic goodies that they've delivered throughout the Rams regular season. So, Simple Simon's, thank you for supporting the Antler Sports Network's and Rams broadcast throughout the year.
Absolutely. Thank you, Simple Simons. You were just lauding the cinnamon sticks.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
that's my apple pizza.
Okay. Good. I got a whole piece. I got to go to work here. I have another piece before the second half starts.
But so far, both teams are back onto the field.
Yep.
Seems to have gotten a bit darker. Don't know if it's more humid outside or not. Temp sitting at about 65. No rain, at least for right now, in the forecast. This is going to be a rough one to finish this one out. As we talked about before, during the break, LCU was able to get that one big-time run from Briscoe, but not much from the Wildcats since.
You're giving them something?
Showing them the scores, as now it seems like it's the talk of the press box.
I was trying to pull up the humidity. But, yeah, you're right. It is so 55%. It was 54 at game time. It's 64, 65 now. Like you said, the wind, 6 miles an hour, blowing from the southeast. So, and the clouds, now it's going to be dark here in a couple hours. Remember, we turned those clocks back last week. Wow.
I still have to get used to that.
Oh, yeah, I tell you, everybody does. Just keep it at one or the other. Keep it at savings or standard, Just be like Hawaii and Arizona. Just either eschew it or embrace it for 12 months. So anyway, quick stats. Again, 200 total yards for the Rams, 141 for Louisiana Christian that first half. Rams 137 through the air, 0 for Louisiana Christian. Their yardage, just obviously rushing yardage. And the Rams 63 yards on the ground in the first half. They're up 17-7. So I think any not bad feelings, but gut feelings we had about this being a fearful game. There's still a half to play, so I maybe shouldn't say too much, but that first run by Briscoe of 49 yards, and then Rogers fumbled on the first Rams possession. But they've straightened it out now to become the Rams that we've known with that tough defense. And the Rams kick it off. It's a short little Blodgett, little popover kick, and it goes out of bounds. So they're going to have good field position. Did he touch it?
Yeah, it looks like it hit the inside of the ankle.
No, the flag came down. So
no, I don't know, Jimmy.
They just threw it down there at the 33.
Let's take another look here with the instant replay. I'm not too sure.
Picked it up,
though. Taking a slow-mo look here. Yep,
they're putting it at 35. Yep. I saw yellow, and it wasn't Paul Duckworth's bright mustard sweatshirt. All right, so Louisiana College with the ball. They're behind 17-7, ready to start here in the third frame of this big Sooner Athletic Conference game. Rams win. They're in. Get the automatic bid. Rams came in 15th in the NAIA, 25th for Louisiana College. They started with the 49-yard run in the first period. They start the third period with a run off the right side by Briscoe. He gets 47 yards less, a 2-yard gain. Second and 8.
Well, now both teams are hydrated, refreshed. Hopefully we expect a lot more from both teams on both sides of the ball.
And they run it this time to the visitors from Pineville. Kavian Cunningham. Didn't get much. Nothing. It's 3rd and 8.
The Ram bells ring. It's 3rd down for your Rams defense.
3rd down. Here's a toss pitch, and coming toward us is Cunningham. He gets cut down by Josh Morris at the 48. He has enough for the 1st down. They'll move the sticks. Boy, that Cunningham, and like we said, Briscoe is the big bruising back. We give him room to run. He can run, but Cunningham's more of a slasher, a quick juking and jiver. So 1st and 10 for LC, just underway here in the second half. They have it at their own 48. There's Cunningham off the right side. He gets around the right corner. Watch out. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. He's finally shoved out at the 16-yard line. A shove out, and basically the last guy to had a chance to stop him was Dalen Rogers, and just like that, another big running play.
Well, we know Briscoe, as you said earlier, Jimmy, he's the straw that serves the drink, at least in the running back room for LCU. That allows guys like Cunningham to slip through the cracks and break up big plays like he's done today.
Delayed handoff, and they do a flea flicker, and it comes back to Palermo, and they wish they had that one back as he gets downed at the 22-yard line and running out to take him to the CISD turf for the Rams was Zeno Marcuscelli. The sack player of the week a few weeks ago in defense. Boy, nice tackle. Boy. He's the wrestler, too. It's really helped him in his balance and his leverage. So it's 2nd and 15 after the loss of 5. Handoff left side, breaking a tackle and diving down to the 11-yard line after a gain of 6. Goes Dalen Charles. Josh Morris getting up off the stack for the Rams. So it's 3rd and 5. Boy, could they hold them to a field goal attempt? I don't know if they would go for a field goal attempt if they try to score. It might be too early to go for it in 4th down if they don't get the 1st down. Running right with it is Fieser on the end around. He dives to the 8-yard line.
It's going to be a short gain.
Yeah,
he definitely didn't get to the line to gain. This is a big 4th down for LCU on their opening offensive drive.
Looks like they're going to attempt a field goal. Take the points. I guess that's sane. I mean, it's just 3 minutes into the 3rd period. So this will be a 25-yard field goal attempt for Hunter Martinson. 5 out of 7 field goals is a long of 35. Oh, snap back, and it was a low snap. But boy, the holder got it down. Nice hold. So Levi Hilborn, I mistakenly called him Hunter Martinson. Hunter's the kickoff guy. Hilborn, the place kicker. So he kicks it through and true, a field goal. 11:37 left in the 3rd. LC gets on the board first, cuts the Rams gap to 17-10 now. More Rams football coming up on the Antler Sports Network.
My name is Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence.
Louisiana Christian University Wildcats draw first blood here in the second half. They slice the Rams lead now to touchdown and an extra point with the 26-yard field goal by Levi Hilborn. Martinson, a little short kick. They're all doing those little short kicks and plopping on right below us at the 35-yard line for the Rams was Kieran Colton from Kelowna, British Columbia.
Oh, hold everything, Jimmy. There's a flag on the opposite 40.
Oh, I see that. The 36, yeah.
Oh, boy. This could be interesting.
Rams will take over 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line.
Officials talking it over at the opposite 40.
You're going to turn on the lights here pretty soon. I mean, still plenty of daylight, but they're getting dark with the sun setting like at 4:30. Well, not that. It seems like it, though. Yesterday when it was a cloudy day and the day before it was raining, I mean, Yeah, it was dark at 4:30. Not pitch dark. Andrew Chestnut, what do you got for us? White hat. Now he's coming over to talk to Coach Joe. So it's obviously on.
Offside, kicking team, number 27. Ball will be placed 5 yards beyond the end of the run. First down, Texas Wesleyan.
Okay. So that moves it up 5 for the Rams to their 40. First time they touch the ball here now in the second half. Carson Rogers, Rams quarterback, Rams, and they're all blue, gold numbering. Rogers, a little short drop, hangs out to the left side. Caught by Schneider at the 48 of LC, and he's wrestled out of bounds at the 42-yard line, doing the hand checking on the takeout. Jaden Jones, the safety. First down, Rams. That was a nice toss. Boy, Ronnie Schneider, he along with T.J. Curtis, and then Michael Banks even had a good game last week, too. They really haven't targeted Bob. Handoff Caesar, stutter step, cuts, gets a corner for 39, run out at the 28-yard line. Nice 15-yard run. Boy, that's the full, healthy Rennie Caesar that we've come accustomed to.
When Caesar gets going, he's tough to bring down. If you can't get him by the second or third tackle, watch out. It could be an easy trot into the end zone for him. Louisiana Christian is going to have to sell out on the run.
Yeah, definitely. The Rams now definitely in field goal range. Toss pitch right to Ernie Caesar. He uses his hand to guide and then look for a hole. He's got good vision too, but nothing really there as he gets to the 28 where he's stopped by Kalen Bougier.
Looks like they're going to give him no gain and just make it 2nd and 10.
Well, they did. That's right, he got pushed back as he started running right and then retreated. So 2nd and 10. Rogers drops, Rogers throws, and caught at the 11. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hang 6 on the 28-yard scoring strike. Michael Banks, just talking about him, who had the big game last week for him. 10-12 left here in the third. Rams tack on another 6, now up 23-10.
Rogers doing a great job on that 28-yard throw to find Banks wide open in the flat. Nice, easy throw into the end zone. Rams lead expands, and now if you're Louisiana Christian, you got to get a move on.
Garrett Blodgett is perfect on the extra point. So the Rams up their lead now 24-10. They'll see the 3-point field goal by Louisiana College and raise them 6 plus an extra point on the big touchdown pass from Rogers to Bank. 10-12 left here in the third. Rams up 24-10 on the Antler Sports Network.
I'm Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence.
Well, the Rams, biggest lead of the afternoon, now 24-10. A nice drive. It's a short drive, but still culminating with the Rogers to Banks 28-yard scoring strike with the extra point by Blodgett, who just does another one of those little kicks to the right side. Line drive kick at the 30, and then it goes out. Does it go out again? Yeah, it does. They threw the flag down at the 19. Now the officials, the field judge and the line judge jumping in as there was some temper starting to flare a bit.
We've seen it pretty much all game long, Jimmy. I'm surprised there hasn't been many more unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, but good to see that there's still a little bit of bad blood, a little bit of chippiness. That's what you expect in games like this. But they haven't boiled over into anything too extra, for lack of a better term.
For the second straight kickoff, Blodgett kicks it out of bounds. Now it comes out to the 35 for LC. So they're down big now, 24-10. 10-12 left in the third. Man goes in motion. Palermo, toss pitch right. This seems to be their play of the day. And do they give him the first down? as Charles gets escorted out of bounds.
Looks like they're going to move the chains. At least I would say so. They're marking a yard short.
Yeah, he's a couple of yards short. They put him at the 43, so it's 2nd and 2. Under center, Palermo fakes a toss pitch and shedding the first tackle. Boy, almost dragging him down was Keaton Wilson of the Rams, but somehow stopped. And Bonilla there too.
Looks like you lost a yard. That's going to bring up a big-time 3rd down and 2. If the Rams can get a stop here on defense, that can set up a fantastic offensive drive.
That was Mark Dennison who goes in motion now with the run. And this time they hand to Charles. He comes to the right side. Look at Josh Morris doing the shovel golf shot as he takes down Dalen Charles. It was Charles on the run. A nice tackle, a low tackle. Got him, in the area between the knee and the ankle, and it's 4th and 4. So the Rams fired up with that scoring strike now. Defense is pouring it on.
Now, Jimmy, let's go back to September the 2nd, back when the same Rams played Ottawa, who was 17th at the time. Similar kind of vibe, a ranked conference opponent. You want to try to take them down. A slow start, but now it seems like the Rams are trying to pull away. Big defensive stops, great scoring coming out of the break. So if this continues on, Texas Wesleyan has an opportunity to blow this game wide open.
Yep. Punt is caught. Rams will start from their 22-yard line with the 24-10 lead. Yeah, you got to tip the hat to the defense, too, other than that opening big run by Briscoe. We've only had a field goal.
And if you can hold Louisiana Christian to that kind of offensive production, it's not a bad day.
Rogers now, 1st and 10. Rams at their 22. Wait the snap, and back it comes. He fakes, pitching left to Caesar. Throws instead. Tipped. Otherwise, grabbing it and probably having a lot of white was Michael Banks again. So, boy, good tip made by Pop McGee.
Banks has shown that vertical-wise, he's a tough cookie to try to cover. But Louisiana Christian shading to a defensive back and even a safety every once in a while, or a pseudo-safety, not really a full-fledged safety. But 2 people are on him most of the time, but Rogers believing in his receiver, letting him go out there and try to make a play.
2nd 10 for Texas Wesleyan with 8:31 left here in the 3rd. They have the 24-10 lead. Rogers, toss pitch left to Caesar. Caesar surrounded at the 15 that gets dragged down, and that'll be an 8-yard loss. First man amongst the gaggle of Wildcats.
Back with the gaggle, huh?
Jones with the gaggle.
I guess gaggle will be the permanent.
I'm going to look this up. Okay. I'll, next break, remind me to look that. 3rd and 16, he loses. Gaggle or none. 3 receivers near, 1 to the far side. So on the far hash is the ball. Caesar takes it. Caesar then collides at the 16-yard line, gets in a collision with DeMario Weathersby, the safety. Takes him down, and
Ernie Caesar, the Ram ball carrier,
4th and 15.
Wildcats, DeMario Weathersby.
So this is the slow part of the game, huh? If I could write out a Texas Wesleyan script, this game is pretty much it.
Yeah.
A slow start.
Yep.
Little bit of doubt before you go into the locker room. Hope going into the locker room. You come out of the locker room firing. Now a bunch of 4 and outs for both teams.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe a score from each side, field goal, touchdown, or whatever.
Scorsese, eat your heart out.
High snap, and it's reeled in by Trejo. He gets it off, caught at the 43-yard line by Kreisman. Kreisman gets popped. Don't, there's a taunting flag. Yes, and don't say anything, and he did. Michael Dante, the tight end on special teams, he was just given a mouthful to Kreisman, so that's going to be
play sportsmanlike conduct, number 85, the kicking team, Bertonzi. That is number 85's first sportsmanlike conduct foul, which is disqualification. The penalty will be enforced 15 yards from their right.
Rams coach is not happy with that one. Boy, Coach Joe is, you can see Coach Joe's face red. It's not from the sun.
Been a pretty cloudy day, so the sun ain't an excuse for Coach Joe today.
Yeah, or standing in it for any length of time earlier. So that marks it back to the 32 now. So, wow. I think I have good field position anyway, but
even better now.
Yeah, give him another 15 for a stupid play. First and 10 from the 32 are the Wildcats. Are down by 14. Briscoe runs in motion, almost to the near sideline. Palermo. Are they scared to throw?
I don't know if that's really scared to throw, but much to see if the Rams are going to bend or break the same way they did on the defensive side of the ball in the first half of play. When you come out of the locker room, one of two things are going to happen. You're going to see the complete opposite of what you saw game plan-wise in the first half, or you see them trying to feel him back out again, almost like a reset. Do exactly what you did in the first corner that gave LCU that initial lead and see if that still works. If it doesn't, go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, 2nd and 9, and they run. Briscoe, the Rams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all but I think 4 dark blue and gold clad Rams around Briscoe. So take your pick for the tackler.
Now this one we know the plural for. The herd. We know that.
Yeah.
Gaggle of Rams doesn't even sound that cool. At least I don't think so.
No. I still think it's a clutch or something like that. Anyway, first receiver out, split to the right is Kreisman. Under center goes Palermo. Handoff straight up the middle. Nice gain to the 24-yard line.
Oh, he's going to be short by about a yard and change.
Yep.
Now it's decision time. Do you go for another field goal? Well, it looks like they're going to keep their offense on the field.
Yeah, Cunningham was the runner on that when he extended. They toss pitch to Cunningham this side. He gets or does he? Ground caused the fumble, or did it come out before? Paul Duckworth on near sideline saying the Rams got it. I think they did.
Let's take a look to see what they're going to end up calling this thing. We have the beauty of slow motion. Well, immediate slow motion. 4th and 2, don't know. Of course, they went with the pitch again. As we look, the initial block was from Cunningham there. Ball, looks like the ball came out as soon as Cunningham went down. As we're taking another look at it here.
And I'm not sure if he would have gotten the first down if he wouldn't have fumbled.
Short. That short line of game. First down, Texas Wesleyan.
Short. So he didn't fumble, but still, he was short. He went down, but he was short, so they turned it over in downs to the Wildcats. Rams get it. They were fired up, but Paul Duckworth is down there doing the pumps.
He was so busy trying to celebrate when he had the football. He launched it right into the stomach of the official.
So the Rams back on offense with 5:17 left here in the third. Up 24-10. One receiver far side. They have 2 on the near side, and cut down at the 20-yard line was Nick David West. A knifing tackle made. Cole Jones with the submarine tackle. Loss of 3, it's 2nd and 13. Under 5 to play in the third. Only score 2 scores. Have been field goal and Rams touchdown. Rogers hands, Nick David West using his hand guiding left side of his line along, and gets nothing.
Loss of another yard. That's back-to-back loss of yards on runs. We've seen Pregame go into that passing side of the playbook and let Rogers air it out downfield. I would expect them to try to go for it a couple more times, especially when when you have your back against the wall like this. You're on your own 19, so
yep.
Who knows?
And the clock is steadily moving now, under 4 to play here in the third. So it's 3rd and 14. Rams have to get to the 33. Now at their own 19 on the far hash. Rogers cut toward the middle and to the outside and then gets popped at the 26-yard line. Nice move, but all that running only gained, 3 yards?
Well, it might have been maybe about 5 or so.
Okay,
now they're going to give him 7.
Give him 7, wow.
Oof. 4th down and 7.
Looks shorter than it was.
A good Trejo kick here would be, I don't
Marvelous.
know, maybe put him back at about the 35-yard line, but not too sure if they want to give the returner that much space to work with here.
Coach Joe was saying Trejo, now that he's not trying to get to the NFL with every kick, is relaxed and just, doing his job, just coming out and punting. Daniel waits the snap, and heat comes, and down he goes. No flags, though. Fair caught at the 35-yard line by Kreisman, so that's where LC will put it in play.
I thought that Trejo took a little bit of a whack there right after he let it go.
The White Hats, Andrew Chestnut was saying, nope, didn't hit him. So he might have been shoved. Somebody might have been shoved into him.
Maybe, because they definitely would have a better angle than me or you would, Jimmy. But upon first glance, I would have thought that'd be a roughing the kicker call. But guess not.
Feaster goes in motion. Palermo fakes to him, then gives straight up the middle. Goes Dalen Charles for a couple.
Now this is do or die time for Louisiana Christian. If they want to make it only one loss against a ranked opponent, ironically, the only ranked opponent LCU has lost to is the second ranked opponent that Wesleyan played in Ottawa, Arizona. They got to score here, even if that's 3 points. Something's better than nothing.
Palermo faked handoff, turns the corner, and then dives to the 46-yard line, gets the first down after a gain of 9 to the 45.
That play good for a Wildcat first down.
First and 10 for LC. They trail 24-10. Just hit the 2-minute mark left here. Straight up the middle. Briscoe, well, he's a bruiser as he bounces like pinball. He gets pinball by a couple of Rams. The first one was a Charlie Cannon.
I'll tell you what, the guy can take a hit and he can lay down a shoulder pad. I'm not the smartest cookie in the jar, but I'm not stepping in front of Briscoe if I'm a defender. No. So kudos to the Rams defense for being a better man than I am.
He's a load. He does pick up 5, so it's 2nd and 5. Ball right center of the field on the S of the CISD logo and a handoff, but almost know that's coming if they have the fake. Palermo will have it. And 3 Rams just attack him. Daniel Agbogan was one of the 3. Wow.
Now it's going to be a long 3rd down with about a minute and change left in the 3rd. Another big 3rd down. This has been the story of the 3rd down conversion. I can't wait to see the stats for both teams after this one.
Toss pitch left, shedding 1 tackle, but not the second, out to the 45, and really no game. And if they give him the 45, goes Charles, I'm sorry.
It's going to be 4th down and a country mile. No chance they're going to go for this one, at least in my eyes, as Price is back deep to return. Yep, LTU's going to kick this football away.
They will in the person of... I'll do this at half. I can't use the phone and pay attention, so put the phone down, Jimmy.
Put the phone down, Jimmy.
Put the phone down, Jimmy.
Put the phone down. We need to tape it to the table.
Mason Ingram gets the punt off, and coming up for Jason Price, fair caught at the 20-yard line. So the Rams with 12 seconds left here in the 3rd put it in play. They have the big lead, 24-12. So the Rams only trailed 7-0. They tied at 7 in the 2nd. We're up 17-7 at the half. That was 17-10, now 24-10. Carson Rogers at the helm. Price goes in motion. Handoff coming right. Nick David West. Boy, did he get topped. That was almost a leading with the head.
Nick David
Is that a rule in college like it is in the NFL? You can't lead with the head?
Definitely is, and it looks like they might.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down.
No, I thought the official was going to talk over it, but instead, that's just going to bring the end of the fourth.
Yep. We'll start the fourth. That's the end of the third with the Rams on top, 24-10. We'll switch sides and start our final frame. Coming up, Ram football on the Antler Sports Network. Jimmy the Saint, Jared the Moose of the Antler Sports Network, and ramsports.net. The Rams in command now, this big Sooner Athletic Conference game, 24-10 over Louisiana College. It came in ranked 25th in the NAIA poll. The Rams were 15th. Rams now with 258 yards total, 224 for Louisiana College, who still doesn't have any passing yards. Rams 182 through the air, 76 on the ground. Rodgers on a 2nd 10 from his 20, throws. Is that caught by Banks on the far side?
Yep, they're going to call it complete. That's a rough gain of 5, but on the flat yet again, the Rams go throwing the football. And now that brings up a very manageable 2nd and 5.
That was Baylor Williams, sorry.
Excuse me, 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd down.
So it is 3rd and 5. Rams now at the 25, their own 25. Just underway here in the 4th. Rodgers, as clouds have taken the sun away, throws complete to Ronnie Schneider. They're doing that play a lot in that first half. Out to the 36-yard line goes Ronnie Schneider.
That flat has been reliable for Rodgers all game long, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Schneider, before that grab, 5 for 60. Rams first down at their 36. 3 wides now, flanked to the right side. Nick David West gets spun around and then stopped, maybe 2, if not 1. They give him 1.
Nick David West, the Ram ball carrier. Stop is made by the Wildcats.
For Texas Wesleyan now, the run game is going to have to be consistent. It's going to have to be effective, more important than that. Chopping down this clock, leaving LCU as little time as possible. 2-possession game is still manageable for an offense that scored pretty much on the word go, but you have a score here, just that much extra cushion to have.
Rodgers drops to his 28, throws a little low pass, and it's scooped by Jason Price, caught at the 42-yard line, so he is 4 yards short. It'll be 3rd and 4. Yeah, it's not going to rain. It looks like it might, but it's not in the forecast. It's just a beautiful day today.
But this is Texas, and we know how beautiful Texas weather can be.
Yep. Rodgers throws incomplete and almost picked off on the near the far sideline.
Rams pass goes incomplete.
Pass intended for Schneider, and making the diving attempt was Cole Jones, the defensive back. So Rams turn it over on downs. 4th and 4. No punt, should say. With a 4th and 4. Kreisman back at his 20. Trejo. Would you fake it here? Try to pick up the first down?
No. Going to put the football back, rely on your defense. A fake here, especially if it went wrong, would be a huge no-go.
They block it! They block it, it's picked off at the 25 and return for a touchdown for Christian LCU. Louisiana Christian University. Nate Sullivan on special teams. I mean, they should have tried a fake. Wow.
Jimmy.
Wow.
I plead the 5th.
Whew.
Wow.
Shemini, creamy, they were coming. a whole bunch of Wildcats, and it was blocked into the arms of Sullivan. Will we see a peek again on the big board, or will they not show that here?
I don't think they would want to. Man, that is one way to take the wind out of your opponent's sails with the game starting to wind down.
Jacob Weaver holds. Extra point is booted through for Louisiana Christian, and just like that, and they just showed it again. The return on the block by Nate Sullivan. 24-17, Rams lead gets a little shorter now. 12:36 left here in the fourth. More on the Antler Sports Network.
My name is Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence.
This day, an electric play as there's that short pop over kick. This side now to the left side is scooped up at the 24 by Schneider. Schneider picks up about 7 on the return out to the 32. And the play we're talking about is the Rams were punting on 4th and 4. Daniel Trejo had just a whole bunch of Wildcats in his face, and Wildcats blocked it. Nate Sullivan picked it up, returned it 20 yards for the score. And now it's 24-17, Rams with the lead, but it's a little tighter now, Mr. Jones.
A lot more difficult, but the main answer remains the same. Run the football, run it well, pick up yards.
12:31 left here in the fourth. Rogers claps his hand out of the gun, picks it up, runs, and wishes he had as he gets clubbed. I mean, clubbed. Gains nothing.
Stop made by the Wildcats, Andre Reed. No gain on the play, brings up second.
Andre Reed, their leading tackler. Boy, applied some plastic on that thing. 2nd and 10 with the no gain. So Banks brings in a play. He and Schneider will be split far to the right side. There's 3 receivers there, 1 to the near side. Rams far hash, man in motion. 2nd and 10 from their 32. Rogers loads up. Rogers throws, and it's behind at the 48. Rams want a flag. No flag. Good defense. Pass intended for Baylor Williams, and there on the coverage was Cam Campbell, sophomore cornerback.
I can partially see why you would want a flag there, especially with the few flags that we've seen thrown, at least for pass interference, and the amount of extra handsiness we've seen through the matchups between wide receiver and defensive back. But I can also understand why you want to keep the flag in your pocket. 11:45 left in a pretty competitive game. Referees, you don't want to be in this one.
Stack of 2 with the receiver to their left. Man in motion in that stack is Price. Rogers on the 3rd and 10 drops. He has heat. He gets rid of it, incomplete at the 31. So chorus line offense, 1-2-3 kick. The Rams have to give it up.
This is a huge, huge turn of events in about 4 minutes of game time. 4 and out for the Rams.
Yep.
The Trejo kick gets blocked. Now you go 4 and out back on offense once more, and already giving LCU fantastic field position. Now if you're Coach Prudhomme and the rest of the defensive staff, you're going to have to put on the best coaching performance you put on all year to maintain this lead.
Trejo gets this one off. Kreisman grabs it at his 28 near the far sideline. That's about all he's going to get. Boy, good pursuit. And the pursuit was led by Michael Dante, who had the unsportsmanlike conduct earlier after a hit on a special teams tackle. Did some extracurricular mouthing off. So, nice tackle on that time, and he kept his mouth shut.
See, that's how you bring somebody down with force.
Yep.
With the pads, not the words. No complaints here.
And it's at the 29 now for Louisiana College. 11.5, still a load of time. They're down by 7 from their 29.
And Jimmy, after this play, we have a final score from a top 15 team.
Toss pitch right. Palermo actually throws, completes a pass, and they get 6 yards. Was that their first complete pass? They had up till the start of the fourth period, they had 0 passing yards. So Cano, they're much ballyhooed tight end. So it's 2nd and 3 after the gain of 7. Toss pitch right. It goes to Cunningham. Cunningham almost broke into the clear. Gets out near midfield at the 47. Uh-oh. Words being exchanged there with Josh Morris and Cunningham. Under 11 to play now. 1st and 10.
We got a final score from the Volunteer State out of Tennessee. Okay. The number 11th ranked team in the land, Lindsey Wilson, falls on the road to Bethel 34-8.
So they're 7 and 3 now. Diving, an ankle tackle made at the 49-yard line by Jose Bonilla. Feaster was the carrier. So they don't throw to Feaster, they're running them. Joe said, though, they do a lot of tricky stuff and a lot of play action, a lot of option, and they've been running that power eye. When was the last time you saw that being run almost every play? Oh, big hole by Briscoe. Briscoe breaks. Oh, almost broke a tackle at the 42. Nice tackle by Josh Morris. Otherwise, we would have had a 48-yard score by Briscoe. We've seen a 49, almost a 48 on that one. Morris, nice tackle.
Did he just try to hurdle or Mario hop another grown man? That there takes gusto.
Yeah.
Briscoe so far has had a fantastic game.
He has. 1st and 10 for LC at the Rams 43. There's a play action fake. Over the middle and caught at the 15. Down to the 10. Wow, 33-yarder. They're finally getting the passing game going now. It was Sammy Feaster. 1st and 10 at the 11. 9:27 and counting. LC down by 7. Handoff going left and skipping over a tackle at the 5 and going in is Presto! With 11-yard score, they're within a point of tying it up. Holy mackerel. Whew.
We talked about how much special teams can affect momentum throughout the season when talking about Blodgett for Texas Wesleyan. How about the Rams getting a taste of their own medicine? Special teams now being the reason that Louisiana Christian is 1 point away from bringing this back level.
Yes, sirree, Babaloo. Hilborn boots it through and true, and they tie it up to the Louisiana Christian, used to be College University Wildcats, 24-24, 9:17 left here in the 4th. Exciting game. Well, it should be. It's all for the marbles of the Sooner Athletic Conference title. We'll continue with Rams football on the Antler Sports Network.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Kickoff here, field at the 33 and breaking through out to the 43-yard line. Each team is kicking those short kicks and not giving return guys, but there's a nice scoop and 10-yard return by Obi Neely.
So with
the
number 11 team losing handedly on the road in the regular season finale, I feel like it would be fair to say that as of right now, Texas Wesleyan controls their own destiny.
Yep.
They have 9 minutes and 11 seconds to culminate their season in their image.
And they've given up 2 touchdowns here in the last, 5 minutes of game time. They're tied now, 24. Caesar looking for that hole, doesn't get any. Maybe a yard off the right side before he's belted down.
Well, if you're looking at that Louisiana Christian sideline, I don't know about you, Jimmy. Our crowd microphone is right on the Wesleyan side. I've seen a lot more action from the Royal and Orange side than the Navy and Gold. LCU's fan base has come out, and they've come out to play, Jimmy.
They sure have. There's a gain of 1, so it's 2nd and 9 for the Rams at their 48. Clock down to 8:37 here in the fourth. There's 24-24 tie. Rogers throws to Caesar. Caesar grabs it at the 41, makes 2 men miss, then gets in a collision at the 48, and he is marked at the 47 of LC, still 3 yards short. 4 yards short.
Looks like there's an injured Wildcat down.
As he gets marked at the 48. Injured Wildcat. Let's grab a break. 8:17 left here in the fourth. 24-24 for each side. Texas Wesleyan, Louisiana College. More Ram football.
My name is Chance Cody, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence.
Sun's gone away for a long time. Definitely it's gone away for the Rams on the score. They're up 24-10. Start the third. It's a 24-24 battle with Louisiana College, but you knew it was going to be like this, didn't you, Jared?
Not going to confirm or deny.
3rd and 4 from the 47 for the Rams. Throw and complete. Schneider at the 38. Schneider dragged down at the 28-yard line. It's a nice gain of 19. Ronnie Schneider asserting himself. He's come on the last couple of weeks. Nice throw by Rogers.
Both teams picking up the pace a lot more. Fair to say, whoever's going to win this game is probably going to be the team who has the football last.
Right. Yeah, somebody told me before the game they thought the Rams would win by 3. So I don't know. Still have 7:29 and counting. 1st and 10 Rams. The LC 30. 24-24 for each club. Rogers takes the snap out of the gun, hands off to Nick David West, who plows forward. Gain of a couple.
Stop is made by the Wildcats. Wilbert
Robertson, the big defensive tackle, makes the stop. Caesar comes in for Nick David West. Banks and Baylor Williams also in. They'll split to the right. Tight end near side for the Rams. On the 2nd and 8, Caesar in the right hip pocket of Rogers. Rogers claps his hands off to Ernie. Flash. He dove for. Boy, he got bottled up at the 28, but he dives to the 26-yard line.
We have another final score, this time out of Kansas. The other ranked team that we can get a score from, number 14, Benedictine, falls at home on Senior Day out of Atchison, Kansas. Final score gives Mid-American Nazarene 38-31, the final.
Wow, that was, and they're 8-3 now.
So the only other top team ahead of Wesleyan that is in play, at least in the 11-14 range, is St. Xavier. They're taking on Roosevelt. Still no final from that game.
Whew.
The flag is thrown. Is that a flag or a mouth guard?
That was one of those things they throw down to mark a ball.
No, there's a little gold something at around the 40. And Coach Maddox is not happy.
He is ticked. You can hear it on the sideline. Or in the crowd mic on that side.
Yeah, that looks like that was a mouth guard of Wesleyan's Mikey Lopez Williams.
And then the center judge, Catherine Carter, grabs it and throws it out. Throws it like 10 yards.
Never been easier.
I don't know if that was an official's timeout or what went on.
No timeout. I'm glad we didn't break. The water attendees for the Rams had to hustle, and they're like halfway out there. Nope, got to turn around, come back. Lugging their wares with them. So 3rd and 6 from the 26 of LC of the Rams. 5:42, clock moving. 24-24 our tie. Rogers throws a little screen at the 30-yard line, and man, was he Kareemed, or was he Kareemed? Wow, Ernie Caesar was just belted by Andre Reed, their leading tackler for the Wildcats. Could feel that one up here. Holy smokes.
One word, Jimmy. Ouch. Man, that was a big-time hit.
Seismic tackle. So here's our boy, Garrett Blodgett. Going to attempt a 46-yard field goal. Line of scrimmage is the 30. It's spotted at 36. Snap comes back. Kick on the way. He's going to be short. Oh, my Lord. He's short by 10 yards. Well, maybe 5. And look at that LC bench. When that left his foot, you're going, that's not going to make it. It landed in the EY of the Crowley ISD emblem. Crowley spelled out. That wasn't anywhere near it. Want to grab a break? Are you speechless?
There's no
Do I have
way.
to finish the game by myself?
I've seen this man hit field goals from almost 60-plus yards. How uncharacteristic.
And LC gets the ball back. The Rams now fired up, determined to stop them. And in the first running play, zip for LC. And that was only 36-yard attempt, correct?
That would seem like for someone of his caliber, we had absolute chip shot.
And when he left his foot, you knew that wasn't going anywhere. That was 6 yards short. And Palermo going for the money at the 50-yard line. He has Feaster. Feaster at the 20, 10, touchdown, 70-yard scoring strike. Feaster, their big receiver, they hadn't hit him all day. And finally, they get a big 70-yard bomb with 4:17 left to make it 30 for LC to 24 for the Rams. Holy cow! Woo.
Now, LCU's been running those fake handoffs all afternoon long, and you had to have in the back of your mind, it was only a matter of time before Wesleyan bit at the wrong point. Just at the worst time possible.
Oh, man. Feaster, the all-important extra point is kicked through and true. So LC, after being down 24-10, have scored a touchdown, and they have taken a 31-24 lead. 4:17 left in the fourth. More Rams football on the Antler Sports Network coming up. Wildcats crowd across the way, jubilant. Rams crowd this side, and the clubhouse, not so much. Kickoff fielded by Price. It is 4. Out he comes, and he is dropped at the 12-yard line after a gain of 8. And their special teams is fired up, but hey, why not? They were down at the end of the third, 24-10, so it's been all LC. They've had a 20-yard block punt for a return, 11-yard Briscoe run, and a 70-yard scoring strike. And this for a team that had 0 passing yards for 3 friggin' quarters.
Now, Jimmy, here's the penultimate question. We've seen Wesleyan hold the ball for 6 minutes at one point this year. Do you keep it the entire time or just try to score?
1st and 10 from their 13. Down by a touchdown. Rogers fires to the far side. No pass interference. Incomplete pass intended for Schneider at the 21 on the far sideline. Ooh, Jiminy. Excuse me.
You are excused after what we've seen the past 10 minutes. Man, what a game this has been.
Wow, so it's 2nd and 10. 7 ticks away from 4 left here in the fourth. Rams behind for the first time since they were down 7-0. Rodgers throws. It's picked off at the 29-yard line. Oh, my mio. Cole Jones with the... You're right. I can't believe this has been happening this quarter. His last...
Just the past 3 minutes alone.
The first 11 minutes. Cole Jones with the pick. Holy smoky. Wow.
PA announcer Gino has left us.
He is. He can't see straight. He's like
frazzled, befuddled.
So now they have good field position, and a field goal makes it a 2-score game. Holy smokes. Ball at the 28. Snap comes back. Cunningham goes to the left. Cunningham stays in bounds, gets knocked down after a gain of a couple. Rams still have 3 timeouts, as do the Wildcats. Wow. I don't know if my heart can take it.
It was surprising to me that the Rams even threw the ball on 1st and 10.
I know.
The fact that the passing game really hasn't been there consistently for Wesleyan would make anyone believe that, you know what, first down, you want to get this all-important drive going, do what's been working. Hand the ball off, see what you get, then go from there. But, man.
And the clock ticking away now. Precious time down to 3:15. Snap back. Palermo hangs it up. Oh, it was batted down. The Rams almost had a pick there. Josh Morris slapping his face mask. Face guard. Marchesselli, too, there for the breakup. So that brings it up 3rd down and 9. They still have time. They can't allow it. A 2-score game to happen with a field goal or a touchdown here. There goes Briscoe. Briscoe wrapped up. He gets a couple off the left side to the 25, so it'll be 4th and 7, I'm sorry.
Looks like we have a
timeout by the Rams with 3 even. Let's keep it here. I got to take a couple deep breaths. All yours.
I think I might have been more speechless than you, Jimmy. 3 minutes left in this one. We had just had the discussion.
I thought you had left the building.
Man, this has definitely been an ASN classic. But if you're Texas Wesleyan, the game's right there. I'm still wondering.
That's why they play 4 quarters.
Man, I'm still wondering why they would want to try to go take a shot downfield, especially when the run game has been working. And if you're Coach Prudhomme, it's no question that you have trust in your running game. It's no question that throughout the season, against, I would like to say much more, well, not much tougher because it doesn't get much tougher than LCU, but against tough defenses similar to LCU, and they've manhandled other teams with time of possession. So why not at least see if you can try to tick the clock down as much as you can. If you can get across midfield, get on the LCU side of the field, then maybe take a shot or 2 with the Rodgers arm. But it looks like it's field goal time for LCU.
42-yard attempt. Levi Hilborn. Whew, man. Snap back. Kick on the way. Did he get it through?
It's wide.
He misses wide right.
It's wide right.
Wow. So missed 42-yard field goal attempt.
He missed it wide right.
And that would have, I'm not saying that would have clinched the game, but that would have made it a 2-score game. The Rams with 2 timeouts left, now with 2:55 to play. They can tie it with a touchdown.
Man.
Holy smokes. I know I keep saying that, but I don't know what else to say.
If you're Texas Wesleyan, you just earned a second shot at life. It's still a close game. Now you have even more of an advantage when it comes to time on your side. A little under 3 minutes. This is perfect for Texas Wesleyan.
At their 25, Carson Rogers, the quarterback. 2 receivers in a stack near side, 1 to the far side. Give to Ernie Caesar. Looks for a hole. Almost broke into the second level. He did pick up 7. Nice run by Ernie. Clock moving, and now it stops. There's an injured Ram. Let's grab a timeout. 2:44 left in the fourth. Rams trailing 31-24. More Rams football on the Antler Sports Network coming up. Back at Crowley ISD on the Antler Sports Network, Jimmy the Saint, Jared the Moose, Ernie Caesar was down. Flash just coming off a lower body injury recently. He's running off now. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him, I'm thinking. I mean, he's running okay.
I'm sure the
Look
Rams
at Joe
faithful
over
will hope
talking
so.
to him. Joe had the
right?
red face before us. Joe's heart's still going. Check Joe's heart.
We might need
Second and 3.
Might need the paddles for Joe and Gino both.
At the 32, Rogers rolling. Rogers gets one arm swiped down at the 28-yard line. Oh, my lordo. Ernest Simon, the linebacker, just like waved at him. He barely hit him, and he went down. It's easy for me to say up here. But 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8 they make it now. Nearing 2 to play. Rams have 2 timeouts. Rogers drops. Rogers throws, and it's a wide throw to the left intended for Snyder on the far side. And again, a good defensive play by Cole Jones.
Cole Jones is the defensive player of the game no matter what anyone says.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because of the past 10 minutes of game time, he
Yeah.
has thrown LCU back into this game and in control with 2:02 left in the contest.
So they're going to punt Trejo. I guess it is a little too early for 4-down territory.
So,
too far
Jimmy,
to go. At the 3rd 27, they need 73 yards. Would you go for it?
Let's try this again. I'm going to ask you this time. Do they go for a fake?
No. And they aren't. They're kicking it. Trejo kicks it. It's fair caught at the 40. So they have good field position and 3 timeouts. And again, they need, especially now, if they needed a score, a field goal before which they missed, the Wildcats would have made it a 2-score game. Definitely a score now would make it a 2-score game again with lesser time.
And Jamie, remember what's in play here. Undisputed Sooner Athletic Conference Championship on the line for the Rams. It has to be a 9-point game or less to lock it in by themselves. Yeah, did we forget about the 5,000 scenario surrounding this game?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. They have to lose by 9. That's another thing that goes into the equation. And it would be 10 with the field goal, and they stop Cunningham, who runs into the teeth of the defense. He got 1. It's 2nd and 9. Clock moving down to 140. Rams still have 2 timeouts left. They don't expend one now. Puemo out of the eye, under center, man in motion. Fake handoff to Feaster. Cunningham breaks to the outside. Cunningham across midfield, 45-40, 25, I should say 35 to the 30. Shoved out at the 30-yard line. Oh, man, he gets a 29-yard gain. Well, that puts him in field goal range.
At least.
So if they lose by 9 or more, is it? Or does that be more than 9?
It is 9. They have to lose by 9 or less
Well,
in order to clinch. If they lose, it has to be by 9 or less in order to get sole possession of the Sooner
Toss
Athletic
pitch
Conference
to the left down to the 32. No gain. The Rams fired up on that one.
They're going to have to
on
be
the
fired
run.
up. They're going to have to be
and
fired up.
we got a minute left here and 7 seconds. Each team, 3 timeouts for LC, 2 for the Rams. Under center is Palermo. Palermo keeps. Palermo toss pitch right. And nice tackle at the 28-yard line of Charles. Made by Dalen Rogers, one of the Rams' hard hitters in the secondary. So it's 3rd and 8. Tick down to 32. So, but if they lose this, then they have to win. They have to have Arizona win by 9 tonight, right? And there goes Briscoe. Briscoe almost broke into the clear. Got to the 23. Picks up 6. It'll be 4th and a pair. Down 9, 8, 7.
Looks like they'll just let that clock run out.
And take the victory. And they take the win. They'll win at 30.
No, the clock is stopped. There's 3 seconds left. Did they call timeout?
Somebody called timeout. Louisiana
Christian called timeout.
So they'll try a field goal, I would think.
This is the situation that we're going to keep it here.
Yeah.
It's a 7-point game.
Yeah.
If this field goal, if they go for the field goal try, if successful,
they'll win by 10.
It'll be a 2-way tie, at least, for the Sooner Athletic Conference Championship. But you also have to remember, OPSU is playing Ottawa later on tonight.
Right.
And if Ottawa wins, that'll make it a 3-way tie.
So, but there's no way if the Rams lose this, there's no way they can host a first-round playoff game.
I don't believe so. Well, that's where the other games come into play. Lindsay losing to Bethel 34-8, and Benedictine also losing to Mid-American Nazarene 38-31.
So we went through this before.
A lot of moving parts in this one.
With Hilborn, the kicker, and did the Rams call a timeout? Yeah, they used one of their 2 to ice him. So Hilborn came in 5 out of 7 with a long of 35.
Man, this is interesting.
Oh. Timeout.
This has been a game, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'd like to see some of the expressions on the Rams fans. There's not too many up here in the upper deck. See, we're up on the second level. There's a bowl level below us, which we can't see.
There are very few LCU fans with a gluteus maximus on metal here at Crowley ISD Multipurpose Stadium. This is probably the biggest game in school history.
So Hilborn did kick a 26-yard earlier. So on the season, he's 6 out of 9. Make it 6 out of 10 because he missed that other one. This is a 40-yarder for a 10-point lead with 3 seconds left. It's on the way, a line drive. Does that get through? It does. He drills a line drive with no time left on the clock. And LC with the last second 40-yard field goal beats the Rams of Texas Wesleyan 34-24. It's bedlam for the purple, orange, and white with the orange helmets. Their fans standing on the far side. The field is covered with orange, purple, and white. Louisiana College players and staff as they win it 34-24, and the Hilborn field goal, he was 2 out of 3 today. His long was only 35 coming in.
Wow.
And he just kicked a 40-yarder. That makes it a 10-point loss, so 34-24. Well, let's unpack a lot of this. I don't know if we'll get Joe. I'm sure we will get Joe. I don't know if we'll get any players, but Rams lose it 34-24. Their second loss of the season, their first loss in the Sooner Athletic Conference. They blew a 24-10 lead. All those points, Jared, were scored in the fourth quarter.
Man, like you said, Jimmy, a lot to unpack.
Yep.
It's going to be a pretty lengthy post-game show.
Well, let's grab our breaths and we'll
At least
be
try
back
to.
to start, right, get me a resuscitator. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network. The postseason show coming up in a second or two.
It's Nathan Lemaster. I'm from Tyler, Texas, and here I have the Pill Puncher. This device, ladies and gentlemen, will help you get into pill packages very easily, sanitarily, and effectively. All you got to do is take the point, puncture the back, right there. Take the device, put it over the pill, like so, push it down, drops it into the reservoir, and there you go, folks. Why make this harder on yourselves? Save your fingers and get your Pill Puncher today.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
A circus is fun, but it's not something that you should have in your backyard. I'm thankful we chose Yosemite for our roof. It looks great, they did an amazing job. But I guess some people like the circus.
In a world filled with chaos and the unexpected, you can always count on Yosemite for your roofing needs. Isn't that right, Nancy?
My name is Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
Well, it's over. It being this Sooner Athletic Conference game that pitted number 15 Texas Wesleyan against number 25 Louisiana College, their first entry in the top 25 at the NAIA poll. Rams had gained one spot from last week to 15, but it is over. 34-24 our final score. Louisiana College on top. They trailed 24-10 Jared Jones at the end of three frames. So they shut out the Rams in the fourth, and they ended up scoring 1, 2, 3 touchdowns and a field goal.
Jimmy, you know I'm not a football savant by any stretch of the imagination, as our time together this season has shown. But it's tough to pinpoint the exact moment in which the winds shifted in advantage of the LCU Wildcats. Because it wasn't just one play. It wasn't just one moment. It wasn't just one possession. It was like a slew of events back-to-back, cascading over one another. And it seems now that the celebration will continue for LCU here.
Joe's coming out. James is walking toward him.
And it looks like we might have an opportunity to speak with James.
Now Joe's going back. So
don't know what that could possibly mean, but one thing we do know is at the end of this game, it's official. The Sooner Athletic Conference Championship will be co-shared by LCU and Texas Wesleyan, but LCU just presented with the physical trophy, LCU earns the automatic bid, and Texas Wesleyan will have to hope for an at-large bid.
Which, hope is the operative word there because I just don't know.
Especially
they
with
lost
the
to St. Thomas.
Man. That St. Thomas loss, I don't know if it could come back to bite them or not. As of the beginning of this game at 2 o'clock Central, St. Thomas was ranked 18th in the land. They lost the previous week. Now we don't have a current final score for them, but they went into this week in 7-3. Texas Wesleyan only had the one loss to a 3-loss St. Thomas team. Number 11 in Lindsey Wilson lost to Bethel 34-8 on the road. Still no score from 13th ranked St. Xavier. Benedictine College, 14th ranked, lost at home to Mid-American 38-31. So not too sure if that is going to mean too much in terms on how far Wesleyan falls because the teams above them lost. So I don't know if they'll just drop everyone, I guess, as a conglomerate or what they'll do. Man, this is a rough situation for Wesleyan.
It is a rough situation. And you're speaking of St. Thomas, the 3 losses, but remember those first 2 losses of the season were like a combined 5-7 points.
It was a single-digit number. Those were very close games.
Right, exactly.
And this game was a 10-point loss against a team that many might have considered to be the only team to take down Texas Wesleyan in the Sooner Athletic Conference, as now it seems that the Rams are going to be at the mercy of the at-large bid. But as we talked about, those ranked teams above them taking losses today, some at home, some on the road, so that might end up playing in Texas Wesleyan's favor. But, Jimmy, do you know when Selection Day is for NAIA? I think you brought it up earlier during a break.
I think it's tomorrow night at 6.
Okay, so that's definitely going to be interesting. I'm sure Randsports.net is going to have any updates, but you can also go to antlersn.com/news or the ASN Newswire. We'll have updates there as well. But, man, Texas Wesleyan dropping a tough one as we have our own James McBride with us via the Simple Simons hotline. And it seems, I don't know if James
Joe, he
has
just handed
Coach
up.
Joe.
Coach Joe.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Jimmy the Saint. Man, I don't know what to tell you, my friend. I'm just, you're probably more stunned than me. How did all that happen? You know, having the 24-10 lead, and then they scored 3 touchdowns and the field goal to come away with the 10-point win.
Anytime that you get a field goal blocked and give up a one-play drive, you're going to probably lose the game. In a tight game like this, and they had lightning strike twice for them. It's a damn good job on their part. We just didn't close the door like we needed to. We didn't get done what needed to get done. So we thought we could block the field goal or at least give ourselves a shot at it. Give them credit. The dude stepped up and stroked it. You know, we missed the one down the other end that could have been the barrier. Just flat out didn't kick it. So we didn't execute, and they did, and my hat's off to them.
Yeah, definitely. And, Coach, when the game started, I kind of had a pit, and then Briscoe with the first play from scrimmage, the 49-yard run for the touchdown, and then Rogers fumbled subsequently. Did you kind of think it was going to be a weird afternoon, or was that too early to really think that?
No, I thought it'd be weird when the fumble happened. I mean, at least our defense stood tall and, you know, kept them from scoring there. But, you know, I knew it'd be a weird day, but there's no excuse. We should have won this game. We didn't play well enough, and they came out and executed well, and they got some breaks that we didn't, and they created their own breaks. So my hat's off to those guys.
And basically, is that what you'll tell the team now? I think you've been in there, but I don't know if you had time to address them at length. But is that kind of what you would tell them now?
Yeah, you just got to let this go away, man. You got to let it kind of sink in. And they knew what was at stake. We told them right before the field goal that we have to block it or they got to miss it for us to go. If we miss it, we put it at large is all we got left if that happens. So, I don't know, man. I doubt we'll get it at large, but kind of is what it is.
Hey, Coach, I know you had the great years at Nolan and the 8 rings, and you got the ASC, share last year for a ring and stuff, but how does this compare for gut-wrenching losses in your great career?
Might have been one of the worst, if not the worst. To lose on the last play on a field goal when you had a good lead and had a chance to do something to close it out, and we didn't do it. That's hard to take, man. I mean, that's really, really hard to take.
Yeah, it is. My heart goes out to you, Coach, because I talk to you every week during 1st and 10, and I know how much you coach these guys up and stuff. So I feel it too for you, Coach. But just go get them. And I don't know if we'll do a 1st and 10 this week, but I'll see you next season for 1st and 10, if not this year, Coach.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Jimmy.
Okay, you're welcome, Joe. All right, adios, amigo.
All right.
See you later. There goes Coach Joe. I'm sorry, I was getting choked up there, but Coach Joe with some solid words, and you heard the Rams head coach say, they lost because they just didn't do a good enough job. He explained why.
Definitely a rough way to end off the season, but for the entirety of the Antler Sports Network crew, we'd like to give a thank you to you, Jimmy, and Texas Wesleyan University, Coach Joe, James McBride, the SID, and the rest of the Rams crew for allowing the Rams to be home here on ASN2. Even though this not the best way to finish off the season, I have to say this was a fun season indeed. Since the first scrimmage with John Melvin all the way up to now, it has been a heck of a journey.
It was, and let's do it again next year, shall we?
You know what? Why not?
It's not too early to talk. I mean, football season is always too short, but it's going to be a tough off season. Senior Day, Veterans Day, Michael Bonner, Michael Darko, Caden Glasgow, Victor Hernandez, Christian Myhan, Chase Nielsen, Daniel Trejo, Archie Williams, Michael Lopez Williams, and then the 2023 redshirt juniors, Kobe Adams, Juan Benina, Cam Chapman, Dijon Jefferson, Val Reyes, and Peter Svoboda. It's a lot of losses there, but Coach Prudhomme does a heck of a job of recruiting. He's got his work cut out for him now. So unless they get a at-large bid, season's over for the Rams. Anyway, for everybody, Ricky Dotson, James McBride, Jared Jones, everybody at Texas Wesleyan, Jimmy the St. Christopher saying so long from CISD, where the Rams lose a tough one. They get beat 34-24 the hands of Sooner Athletic Conference champion Louisiana Christian University Wildcats. Adios, amigos.